Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. I tried to double time get in here when I saw my boy Chuckin' and Truckin' ask for what people thought about Ninja's Artan. And I was like, wait. I want in on this. So we are live from Viper Den Studios. I am Michael from Destro Designs. We are here at the Saturday night hangout. Uh, you know, I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday how they were like, and I was kind of remarking how I got to find a way to carve out more time to prepare for the show, right? I think a lot of you would probably be flabbergasted if you knew how little went into me doing 4 fucking hours. I think that when I was on Destro as my spirit animal and we were talking about it, I said to him, I was like, yeah, dude, last week I did 4 hours. I was like, I don't know how I did it. And somebody in the comments was like, I can tell you how you did it, buddy. That's undiagnosed ADHD. And I don't refute the claims. I've never been diagnosed with anything, but I try to like sort of listen back and check certain things, right? I don't listen to like a whole show, but I'll kind of skip through just to see where I am in the camera. Am I staying, whatever? What does my voice sound like? I don't know who listened to that when I was on Destro was my spirit animal. I don't know what it sounded like live, but I know when I listened back, my voice was booming, right? So I had my headphones on so I could hear Mark better than having it just come out of the speaker on my phone. So yeah, speaking of which, I plugged my phone in. So yeah, I was like way overblown on that. But yeah, what's up, y'all? Here we are, getting busy with it. And what I mean by, oh shit, oops, there we go. And what I mean by, good Lord, sorry, that's just yeah. So I this like during the day, I try to do my Saturdays the same way every time, like it's in a routine. And I usually try to do because I'll have work right now. I'm either working in my basement on the remodel or I'm stepping to go work on site, right? So I this morning I got up. I had to go. I did like a maintenance job, which is stuff I try to stay away from a little bit. But a guy, good customer of mine for a long time, having trouble with a tenant. Long story short, I went and I did that. I came back, then I did a whole sand and recoat of my drywall in the basement. So I'll do one more light coat. It's a basic. There's nothing fancy. It's just 3 walls, decides all something else. But anyway, so I did both. I worked offsite. I worked in the house today, and then I take a pre-show nap. Right. Sometimes I may write down some things before I take a nap, but a lot of times what happens is I'll lay down and I'll be like, ooh, and I'll sit up and I'll write something down and I'll lay back down and be like, ooh, fuck, and then I write another thing down, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta actually be unconscious for a hot minute, and then I get up and it's like I start my day all over again. So when I slide in here, I'm like fresh, right? So after I was done working, I took the kids on a big bike ride because like it was like they come down here and they help me a little. But today when I was doing all that, I wound up, I am such a talker. So here I am. I'm gonna have this long ass conversation with y'all. I was on the phone today while I was doing that drywall work with my brother Jay Antonio. I talked to him for about an hour and a half, and he's the real deal. He reminds me a lot of my lifelong friends, and I think it's mutual. He's an unbelievably great dude, very creative, and we share a brain on a lot of things. Yeah, he's interesting. He's the best. So yeah, I mean, I love everybody. Don't get me wrong, but we've I can't remember. I don't know when the last time I spent that much time on the phone with somebody, but yeah, it was great. So I think he's going to join us at some point. And when he does, we'll get down. I've got a really cool show planned. What little bit I've thought about. Let's see. So, anybody see? Trying to think what I want to talk about. Oh, you know what? I'll just talk about this first. How about that? The only thing I wrote on the second page. So earlier in the week, somebody had. Don't remember what it was. It was like it might have been a He-Man post. Somebody had posted a picture of like a He-Man figure. Now, some of those, I don't know which different lines of He-Mans are which, but I know that there's one where they're kind of tall. I don't think they're quite 12-inch, but I think they're bigger than 6, maybe, not sure. But they're dope, right? I think everybody who's listening to me may not know either, but you know which ones I'm talking about. Like they got the B-Man, looks like ridiculous. I don't know. There's just a bunch of them that were totally off the hook. But and God bless, they're insanely cool looking figures. It's something where I was just like, I don't remember how I got on it, but I said something like, it's classified. This looks fantastic, but it's classified only for me, right? 7-inch, just another jerk. Is that what it is? I think you're right. I think it is 7 because it's not 6, right? When you look at them, you go, they look big. There's something. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm classified. I'm classified only. I can't really get into anything else. And Michael Munn, our dude, which God, holy shit, I hope it was him. I'm pretty sure it was like, maybe one day we can get you to sample some other figures, and which is very nice to get like, hey man, it's cool to do these other things. Trust me, because I know he's got a bunch of different shit, and I responded with a video because I can't do two fucking words. I have to, or like 140 characters, whatever it is. I can't do that. So I just put a video, and basically what I had said is that I'm an obsessive person, and I absolutely cannot run the risk of taking a hit off of one of these other crack bowls and getting addicted to that too. So like, for perspective, I got my first Alley Viper, which is right here. I've been keeping this one separate. This is the one, folks. This is the one that set it off. I put it back in the package. Now, have other ones out. This is the one that originally came. This is the one. I'm keeping this in its box like this for a minute because this is the one. This is what set it off for me. So this one I'm keeping special. But so I got that figure, and in an incredibly short amount of time, like I didn't really realize how bad it was because I did it with tools too. I used to do the tool review, and I used to get some shit for free. I was buying some stuff, and the next thing you know, I have this huge shop. I'm going to do a tour of that sometime soon. I might even do a full podcast from out there. But so I got that Alley Viper, and then I keep saying wait. I shot up to what I believe I did a count the other day, and it was like 283, I think. But then I've got like 6 since then. It's just insane. So the way I said it in the video was, by the time the new year comes, I'll have shot past 300 figures. So in a calendar year, I would have wound up buying a lot. Now I got deals on a lot of things. I've had like not just Popco Frenzy, first of all, I think the figure count is up to like 76 or something like that. So yeah. And my brother Conrad sends me stuff off Facebook Marketplace. Like, you see this, or off of other places, people in the group selling stuff. And I've just gotten really great deals, right? I didn't spend full retail or more on it. Like, I don't know how many that I actually even paid the extra amount for. Now I know the first two, like Crimson Alley Vipers that I got, they were full 37 fucking. I know I paid my first Major Blood. I paid $60 for him, and then I'm sure there were some others that were close to retail, but I always got deals. So it's not necessarily about the money; it's just me knowing myself, right? Like a large Scrooge McDuck #1 dime, Destro's #1 Alley Viper. Ooh, I'm writing that down. You're full of good ideas, motherfucker. In case I never told you that. Hold on, let me write that down. Legit, Scrooge McDuck's #1 Destro. So if my eyes look puffy and my nose is all runny, I have bad allergies right now. They're through the fucking roof. That's a great idea. I'm writing that down. Ooh, let me run through real quick. And I'm not going to remember where I was when I was talking. Hold on. Yes, we are talking about the collecting. So I absolutely cannot get into another line because I could run the risk of like, now let me look at my studio's full. You can't see over here and everything, but the snake armors on the dial supplies are over there. A lot of my figures and stuff are over there. Yeah, excuse me, my nose is so fucking running. I'm sorry, I just want to subject to that. Oh man, it's brutal. So if I got 280 figures, 200 at least, or 200 or more are in the box, right? The ones that I take out, I put in a plastic bag. So I have like the big bag with the figure and a smaller bag and the extras, so the extras stay tight, So yeah, I definitely saw some other things that look really good, right? But the thing is, I only really want like the GI Joe military style shit, right? Like I love the sci-fi that GI Joe ventures into because it's I don't know. It's just it fits. It still looks right. It's the GI Joe guy, but we're adding the sci-fi element, making it look cool. But like Cobra La is as far as I kind of want to go. Right now, when I see dudes like Thanos, who has everything, right? He's got a billion different toy lines and stuff, and he always has each one individually set up. And he makes it look really cool. If you can do that, that's awesome. But for me right now, it's going to be just classifieds. But I did say, with the exception of Metal Gear Solid, I've always been obsessed with Metal Gear. I love that game. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of there's no cool shirts. Everything is like big pictures. They look stupid. It's too much. Those Metal Gear Solid figures are fucking awesome. They're really super dope. I've seen them in person a very long time ago, but I've seen them listed on eBay for like $100 a piece. So some dude has a set of 8 and he wants 700, not $800. So I can't pay that, right? Yes, Anchor Viper loves the Alley Viper. We share a brain on that. Absolutely. Alley Viper is my number 2 all time. Everybody, I've said it 1,000 times. And on a good day, I would say number 1. The only thing is that Beachhead has that character to go along with the figure and the card art and the whole thing. That's why Alley Viper and Shockwave just wind up. I have to list Beachhead 1, but I'm telling you, it's almost becoming where it's going to become a 3-headed monster at number 1. It's going to be Beachhead, Shockwave, and Alley Viper because I don't know. When I look over here, I'm like obsessed with that Shockwave. But yeah, so collecting lines, Metal Gear Solid, I would make the exception for that, right? I would definitely get those figures if I could find them at a reasonable price. I know our boy Dan Salsato has all of them. I think he said, like in a box somewhere. And who knows, maybe there's a deal I can work with him somewhere on there to fit, but I wouldn't want him to give them to me for less than market, right? And so it's just a matter of I'll have to see what happens there. But also an exception, Valveverse has an upcoming release of a Sam Fisher figure in fucking classified scale. So maybe not as much obsessed with Splinter Cell as I was Metal Gear, only because Metal Gear had those better games for longer. Splinter Cell had the first 2 or 3 games, and after that they stunk. That Double Agent game sucked. The game after that sucked. It all sucked. But those first 3 games are really, really dope. The really, really cool sneaking missions he had. He had that nice 5.7 with the silencer. And then that iconic look with the night vision. He had that super cool rifle. It was Splinter Cell. Sam Fisher was a shit. Valveverse coming out with that. I'm buying that. No question. The only thing is I believe that they said they're just going to do him first, and that if it sells well, then maybe they'll do a wave of a couple other figures or something like that, which would be awesome. With that being said, outside of Sam Fisher, I'm not sure how many other characters were ever established that were super cool from Splinter Cell. Because as I'm saying this to you, I'm literally in my head going, well, who the fuck else are they going to make? I know Grim is his tech support, the broad that's always in his ear. That'd be cool. I would definitely love me a Grim. But who else was there? He didn't have a partner or a squad or anything. Oh, they had the crew that when he jumped out of the planes or when he was dropped off, there was I don't know, there was a support crew, but I don't know. I'd be interested. I'm actually going to Google that after the show. Let me write that down so I can maybe retry to refresh my memory. Sam Fisher supporting cast. So that is question mark. That is who I'm going to be getting outside because that's also G.I. Joe classified adjacent. I could put them all the Metal Gear figures or the Sam Fisher figures. Boop, I slide them shits right in there, and it would fit and it would work. But if I bought some He-Man figures, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't have. But I love that other people do it. Country Gentleman. That's another dude who's got multi-lines, or at the very least I know he does G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe, but I think he might have some Monster Force stuff too. Ooh, Monster Force. Okay, you know what? I should have said that. I didn't write that down. There will be an exception for Monster Force. So my brother Matt from Moe's Mind Creations, he sent me a picture. He actually had one of the ones that has it's in the jeans with the knee pads, the boots, and the dope vest, and then it's a monster under some kind of a helmet, but the vest rig on them fucking things is so good. he took the Alpha Commando head number 30, my favorite, and put it on that body. And I think he said there was some fuckery to be done with it to make it work, but it worked. And it looked fantastic. Like, it looked fucking amazing. So I'm going to get me one of those. I actually had it in a cart a couple weeks ago, and that was amidst a spending moment. And I kind of said, okay, hold on. So I put a mail call out just before the show started, and that, like I said, this is the tamest mail call in 2 months, and weekly mail call in 2 months. So I was kind of like, okay. And the other day I sat down and did a little math and was looking at the recent things. And I was like, ooh, okay, I should probably just. Whoop. So care packages are fine. What my problem is I'm looking, and then there's a deal, and it's like, oh, that's $16.99. I mean, you almost want to buy any figure for $16.99 because I could customize it, fodder. There's just a bunch of reasons. The problem is I never do it. Somebody's probably heard me say, like I made a post about it the other day, Stalker, the classified, not the retro, but the mainline. It's a great figure. It's good. They got the scar. It's a fucking dope figure. Cool guns and shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. Yeah, fuck, that's a good price. And then I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. I have the one open that I use, and then I have 3 more that I bought already to customize my dyeing, doing a few things with this. You can do anything with these. You pop a head on it. Wow, it's a basic troop builder body. Perfect. I've never touched it. I don't have fucking time. I don't even have time to unbox my shit. Now, granted, I don't have the thing built, but like, dude, all the new stuff. This is all like practically. I mean, I switched these around a little bit for the display, which, fuck, I forgot the little Destro sign. I'll have to grab that when I go over there. Anyways, yeah. So that's where the spending, like when you're buying all this extra stuff, that's where it winds up becoming like, where I stop and I go, oh, this is why, buying all the new ones that are coming out is fine. Getting yourself a little extras, some gridiron gun stuff for Mo's Mine, Sister Arsenal. That's all fine. It's just these extra figures that, whatever. And like, but the care packages I get, those are the ones I get the good deals on. So it's things like now, like the Techno Vipers came up the other day for $11.99. My boy Stevie Z showed me. I relayed to Pop Cold Frenzy. I think Pop already had a thing out. I just hadn't seen it yet. So I sent it to him, and it only allowed me to buy 3. I don't know if they were only allowing the customer to buy like 3 at a time, or that's all they had left. Truth be told, I think what I said in the post that I made is that I celebrated by buying all of them out. I tried to buy 10, and that's true. I put 10, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have enough to fulfill the order." I was like, "Fuck!" I dropped it down to 7. They said no, and 6, and 5, and 4. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it stopped at 3. I just buy now. Okay, fine. I wanted 10. I figured that 3 of the incoming 10 would most likely be great for giveaways, and maybe take one and dye it black, because I'd like to have either a Hiss Techno Viper. Well, they have the red one. What did I have? Oh, the Iron Grenadier. I want to have an Iron Grenadier Techno Viper. I could do a black. I have this really good gold paint that I have used on one of Scrap Iron's drones, one of the very few custom things. So Scrap Iron's drone. Scrap Iron's drone, I took one and I accented a few of the pieces, like on the tread covers up above the treads, and then the main body of it. I'll just show you. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it because it is so subtle. If you look back on Viper Den Studios, you scroll down to the prologue that I do. There's a montage scene of all the different Cobra forces. They're kind of like one shot. It was like Cobra Commander with like all the blue guys, the Crimson Twins with all the Crimson flavored people, and then the Iron Grenadiers all together. And then this is what I did. All right, you can kind of see it. So it's like a couple little pieces here, right, this part right here. You look all up on the sides, just enough. And then right down here, boom. These little pieces, right? Yep. So all that right there. Try to hold it so you can see it. And there you go. So it's just enough, right? It's not too much. It's just enough to get it going. So that's what I might do with one of those Techno Vipers. So I ain't said hey to everybody. Okay. Let me try to see. I don't have my glasses on. I don't want to put them on. Here we go. So our boy Chuckin' and Truckin' in the house, checking in. We know Anchor Viper was front and center. She was first. Sorry, I didn't scroll back enough. Anchor Viper, locked and loaded. She was here first in line. Chucking and trucking, checking in. My boy Charles. What's up, Charles? Just another jerk. You know, he's the man. Big Red, time for another round. Nice. That's what's up, brother. College football fans. Yeah, we got a few. I know NOD is definitely a big fan. The Toy Chamber. What's up, brother? Forgive me if I've never seen you if you've been here before and I don't remember, but welcome in. I hope you enjoy it. Very good. Some more Just Another Jerk, some more Anchor Viper, literally lamenting the lack of classified unholy divers this morning before I saw the reveal. Yes, I agree. It's a great, no pun intended. Paul Morales, what's up, my dude? Welcome in. Stevie Z in the house. What's up, brother? More Paul, Stevie Z, Mo's mine. Oh, so he was, you got some stuff. Oh, good. Well, we wish Matt well. Thank you, Matt, for swinging through and letting us know, brother. That's great. Stevie Z. Roblox, there he is. What's up, my brother? How you doing out there in that nice hot weather? What's the temperature out there today? Just out of curiosity, because every time I ask you, you always tell me something that makes it, Wolf's in here. What's up, my dude? Big Red in the house. Big Red, did I say hi? I think I said hi earlier. What's up, my brother? I think I saw you back in the thing. And then let's see. I don't want to go through all the way up to the front. Yep, Anchor Viper. Again, I agree with you still. Alley Vipers for real. Front and center. Alley Vipers lead the way, right? Especially in those urban friggin' environments. All right, I'm just kind of going all the way through the chat here so I can get caught up to where it is. And as long as I can see, I don't want to miss it. Oh, Martian Dude is in the house. What's up, my dude? Welcome, Martian Dude. Anchor Viper leads the way. Despite not being valued by others here. All right. Well, we're here to have fun in the chat. Any kind of personal issues with anything, let's keep that to ourselves for now. We're here to have fun in this chat. Pretty please and thank you. Dave Lovelock, what's up, my dude? Alley Vipers are some of my faves. The POC version may be peak. What do you mean POC version? POC version. What am I thinking? POC version. Is that original? POC version. It's not. Mr. Lovelock, welcome in. I don't believe I've seen you here before, but welcome. So, Alley Vipers are some of my faves. The POC version may be peak. What's the POC version? I'm dying to know, genuinely. This is Daryl from X. Oh, right. Pursuit of Cobra. Oh, okay. See, I'm using my phone right now. I still have my laptop fixed. I haven't had time to fuck around with it, so I can't look it up on my phone. But I'm interested. I will. Look at these. There's a lot of notes already. Pursuit of Cobra AV version. All right. So I'm interested to see that. Oh, Daryl Viper. She's got it. Anchor Viper has the best ideas. So I mean, I guess I'll talk about Alley Viper for a minute, to be honest with you. So I know that when I was a kid, there was something about how ridiculous the colors were that I liked. And what I mean by that is it was like I remember there was a part of me that was like, they're such badasses that they're almost advertising where they are. Right? They're like, yo, motherfuckers, come and get it. You want it, you can get it. We're right here. Nope, not over there. We're here. We're right here. Look at our bright fucking orange shit. We got just enough blue to not make us look ridiculous. That's what I felt about it. I was like, these dudes are out there banging their shields at like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I don't know. I really was riled up about Anchor Vipers when I was a kid. And plus, he had like who's got a cooler set of extras? Oh man, that's another note. Who's got the best 3 3/4 extras? Well, Soccer version 2, probably. All right, that's all right. Well, fuck me. Alley Viper, best loadout 3 3/4. So I'm interested. Let's throw some ideas out there in the chat. Who do you think had better in the 3 3/4 line? Who had better? Oh, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what Big Red said. Who had better? The Craziness or Advertising Fair. That's right. New York Night, 1974. You guys have a meeting and don't call me. Oh, shit. Well, consider yourself officially invited every Saturday night at 8 o'clock. We're here. We're throwing down. This is how we do. Please, by all means, New York Night. Do you have a different Twitter handle? Because I know there's some recent followers, and sometimes people when they come here in the chat, their YouTube handle is different than the one Twitter. But hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Cobra Craziness is advertised that fear. You fucking know it. Colors of Alley Vipers never bothered me. It was the shield that grabbed my attention. Right. Who the fuck's got a shield? But not just in like, so you would think like, oh, this figure has a shield. So what has he got? Like a sword too? Like, what are you talking about? No, he's got this shield. It's a badass riot shield. Like, come and fuck with me, riot shield. Fuck yeah. Rock and Roll version 2. Okay. Daryl Lovelock. I'm sure you're talking about there who's got better extras. Rock and Roll version 2. I mean, that's for sure can't that's close enough where you could say, definitely just that's a personal preference thing, right? That is an excellent shout. Although I think we would all agree that Stalker version 2 with the boat and all that probably has to be number one. But that so we are fighting for spot number 2. But I do believe that Rock and Roll version 2 is a steady one. If Jeremy was here, he would love you, Dave. Love how you can position the gun and the groove on the shield. Yes. Anchor Viper with the great point. So in the 3 3/4, the groove in the shield, you could put the gun like this, which is how you would fucking want to do it. Yes. Now the classified one, you can definitely take the you can definitely take that one. The small. This is the one that it came with too when it was in the 3 3/4, and it definitely will fit. It definitely will fit right over there. Now I also have. I tried a couple different gridiron guns, and they fit really well too. So yes, I agree. Ooh, New York Knight, man, that's another good one. Hit and Run had the best loadout. Boom. If there was, I guess I'm gonna yes. Okay, I'd have to say that's right there. Hit and Run is one of my all-time favorites too. So you're definitely gonna hear. I'm just gonna make a note here. So of the ones we got, Alley Viper, Hit and Run. What did Daryl say? Oh, the what did he say? Oh, Rock and Roll version 2. Jesus, that's a great shout. All right. Important to have UVR reactive fatigues. Twishy. Yes, right. Very true. Wolfson. Can't do it on the inch 2. Can do it on the inch 2. Damn. See, sometimes I get Stevie Z need to get that one into the class. He's like, damn, sorry. Sometimes I try to catch up here. Resolute Alley Viper is pretty cool. So, but was that really the Alley Viper though? Right, Charles? The Resolute Alley Viper is pretty cool too. It looked cool, but is that what we're looking for? If we're thinking Alley Viper, because there was no shield. So no shield kind of is like, and then they had the glasses. They definitely looked more Viper, just Viper, like regular Viper. If they said regular Viper, I'd be like, boom. Even if they said Trooper, right? But the first time I saw it and Scarlet was like, Alley Vipers, I expected them to cut. Here's why I have the qualm with this. That initial disappointment of seeing that was gut wrenching. I didn't know that was coming. I just heard Scarlett. She was like, Alley Vipers. And I expected the next shot to be the most badass looking Alley Viper I've ever seen. And there was an infantryman, not an Alley Viper. So I can't even try to get that in my head because of the utter disappointment and disgust that I felt when they shipped to that and it was not what I want. Now, granted, it's me being selfish. I wanted this. I wanted this other thing. I didn't get it. So I'm like, fuck that. But it's still a good shout. That is pretty dope. Crimson Alley Viper, but I'm a weirdo. No. Stevie Z, number one, you're not a weirdo. Don't say that. Yes, 89 Stalker version 2. He comes with a kayak. Yes. So Big Red. I think what we're doing here is this discussion is for second place. Stalker version 2 is 100% number one, like way up over here. And then right now, right here, we're trying to find who the fuck gets number 2. Because you're right, that's the best one. There's no doubt. A fucking kayak. What? And the little machine gun on the front. And then it wasn't just like the boat too. It had the stabilizer, which what the fuck? How cool is that? Stevie Z, not a weirdo, brother. You know that. I tell you that all the time. Crimson Alley Viper is. Oh fuck! They're not in here. They're all in the bag. I almost want to take it out of the box. Hold on. I'm getting it. Fuck it. Because Stevie's right. Plus, you all get to see how I do it. So when I plan to use figures for a shoot, I take them out the box and then they wind up like this. So the figures themselves are loose in the bag, but then I have another smaller bag with all their fucking side pieces in it. So for real. Now the only thing is the reason that I would not choose this as my favorite is because this one exists. So now I have to stick with OG Alley Viper, right? And this, we have a full blown, it's an Alley Viper off. In case you haven't noticed, we are doing an Alley Viper off right now. I'm going to have to get this one too. Now this one has a little bit of a unfair advantage because I have a customized fucking Gatling gun in this hand. Now, Homeboy did not come with extras because he came with a fucking base, right? You didn't get the extras because there was a base. Let me see. Hit and run was good. Downtown High Sweet. Oh, yep, Mr. Lovelock, you are correct there. Hit and run was good. Hit and run was very good. Best loadout with Snow Serpent Rifle Mortar Backpack. Oh, okay. Stevie, I'm surprised no one else said that, but you're also correct. That is a incredible loadout. So I've gotten better at not bitching about it all the time, but every time somebody would bring up a Snow Serpent, I'd be like, how doesn't the retro one have a fucking AK? What? And you even changed it on the card art. What? Like, that's one of the best card arts that there is that original Snow Serpent. That figure is so awesome. And the classified one does look good. But yo, what are we talking about here with this fucking FAMAS? I don't want the FAMAS. I want the AK. The fucking AK. Oh, just Jesus Christ. No shield, no alley. There you go. There you go. No shield, no alley. I love it. Fuck yeah. Resolute Ag Viper reveal is possibly the biggest boner kill. Yes. 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 It is a softie on that. Yes, here I am. We could do a whole National Geographic thing where you're over in the corner and you're watching me and be like, there he is now. And that fucking voice. Alley Viper off. I think I signed the wrong string. Urban Camo for the win. Urban Camo for the win. Listen, so if you had an urban, this would be the one. That's that urban camo. That's the colors. That's the whole thing. I'm just trying to get caught up in the comments here. And the coolest thing about this one is how cool that makes it so much cooler. But the thing is, yep. Yeah, love the classified Alley Viper. So listen, this one makes it difficult. That black mask, it's that little bit more of a maroon. So personally, I'm starting to look at these as 788 color. So I feel like if there was a little more black on here, right? Like if we could get some black in through here to darken it up a little bit, and maybe something, maybe, the outside, weather the hell out of it, weather this, get some of these black, and then I think we've got something damn near a 788. Because when I think about Major Blood with a bunch of these guys, and then the fire team behind them, the two fire teams I have behind them. So I got 6 of these. So I could have 6 of them in the front, mate with forming like a 3 and 3, and then Major Blood in the middle, forming like a V in the front, and then behind it would be the fire team. And then I got 3 stingers. I thought about how I could put them all on there. I'm just a crazy person. So, but yeah, let me try to get caught up again. What the fig back in the day, I was about what they came with since I was using my own money, so I wanted the most for my buck. Fuck yeah. God damn, you worked hard for that paper route money or whatever it is you did, brother. I get that. Agreed. Snow Serpent was an airborne trooper with an underfolder AK and the missile. How did they miss that? I don't know how they missed that. I have no fucking idea. I feel like as much as I love the deluxe classified, I don't care about that wolfskin, bro. I want the weaponry to be right? You're 100% right there, Dave. You've been bringing the heat tonight. I'm glad you're here. Tunnel Rat mentioned, ooh, not for personal fave, classic loadout. Okay. Tunnel Rat is right there, bro. I don't disagree with you there. He was one of the ones. So he had that big ass gun, but that gun like fit, right? Like remember Saw Viper's gun? Like that's comically large. But there's other examples too, where the gun is just a little bit too big, like it's too big for it. But that shit fit him. It was perfect. The Phalanx, yeah, the Phalanx is fucking cool. Night Stinger and crew photo shoot. Ooh, damn, that's what's up, Anchor Viper. Original Snow Saver came with an underfolder AK. It wasn't okay. A couple people have said that, so it wasn't underfolder. Got it. Okay, so just got caught up. So here we go. We've got all of them now. Now this one here is going to have an unfair advantage because he's holding a Gatling gun that I customized. But for real, how fucking ridiculously awesome is this, right? I mean, here he is. He's protected. He can now fire into the crowd. He puts his mask down. This is crowd control. In case you're wondering, this is crowd control. We are crowd control. Oh, them Joes are here. Well, guess what? So I have another guy that has another one of these, and so I have 4 of my Alley Vipers only have shield, knife, and pistol. My boy Ryan Barnhill, the short tanker, he wound up with, I think, 4 trench Vipers. So he took the loadout from his OG Alley Vipers, gave them to the trench Vipers, then he sold me these at a discount. So this isn't one of them because he's got the backpack. But what I'm doing with the other ones is I'm dyeing some bazooka equipment and making them, they're going to have a bazooka. That's it. That's what we're going to do there. Ankle aim, brutal. Yeah, it's just another jerk. Right. Yeah, fuck your shins, brother. You ain't lying there. Heavily armored Alley Vipers with minigun and riot shield. Nothing is talking about short of a missile. That's right. And then so what I am doing, Big Red, is I am doing that with that motherfucking missile. That is awesome. With a HUD and a helmet and also display the shield. What if you had a camera that had a HUD and its helmet and also displayed it on the shield? It does. Yeah, it does. I think it is that, right? So there's that. But if you look, oh, okay, so it's not. All right, I'm sorry, my bad, Dave. I thought there was one right under there. My bad. But yeah, so I can't really do it right now. But I had gotten this positioned. Just another jerk where fuck. See, I did it. I went too far. I got to warm it up or something. But I did have it where it was fucking on there, and he had that Gatling gun picked up. And I must look like an idiot right now. But yeah, so the Gatling gun was up where I wanted it, and it was a little more. Yeah, and I had his knees bent. He was like braced for the momentum, and it was like that. But yeah, I had that gun up higher. It was definitely closer to like, so I can rotate the shield. Oh, that, yep, and then there. So a little something like that. That's fucking badass, dude. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Now, with that being said, let everybody get a look. All right, so there's that, and so, I mean, the Crimson Alley Vipers got it rough because I don't even have like a gridiron gun right here. They're all over there. Well, I do have a gridiron gun, but it's going to be for the trench Viper. What do we got? Literally got nothing over here, but that's okay because you get the idea how fucking badass this dude is, right? Let me see. Oh, here we go. I did got this loadout. So let me see. I got. You know what? I'll just use this. No, he's got to use the Alley Viper gun at least, right? So what I remember, I'm not gonna lie. So the shield is definitely like ultra important, right? The shield. We all agree that the shield is where it's at. Now the thing is, though, is that this fucking gun really had me like tickling them fucking my undercarriage. So it was something about the like how it. So Anchor Viper said it earlier. She didn't allude to it. She said it. Boop, there it is. Oh, hold on, putting it upside down. I know sometimes it's got to be frustrating to watch me fumble through shit off camera. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? We're all watching. So you can take this. Oh, you know what? Fuck, I got it backwards. Damn it! To make it right, I can't fold the arm over. That's got the thing. So what I like is how these fit. Oh, but then I can't put it on there because it's the okay. I got a bad example here because I can't put it on like this without it hitting the knife. But then I can't. It's got this knife, so I can't fold the arm over for the gun in the same way. All right, I'm making it work. Fuck it. So the shield was like a revelation, and then this gun, even though it had this really insane fucking whatchamacallit, really insane gun, like or short barrel, and the whatchamacallit, oh my god, the optics. Holy fuck. The plastic is getting the better of me in case nobody's winning. I can't get his finger to go up into the goddamn. There we go. All right. There. That's it. I'm not even fucking with the clip. I'm just trying to get this. So it's this, right? It's this right here. When you can get that gun on the shield, Now, again, I'm struggling because everything I'm not doing all the things I got to do to make it right. But yep, there. That's it. When you get that little, honestly, you know this looks like shit because his legs ain't done, but you see how that goes up and over? That's awesome. And when we could do that with the original one, fucking sweet. Yep, absolutely. Something about the gun makes sense. Yeah, so many southpaws. You ain't lying, brother. A lot of them got that because they do have a dominant trigger finger, right? Like one hand will be a little more with the finger down, and then one will have a finger like sticking way out like this. You're like, oh, that's the one that's supposed to go. The gun always worked with the shield perfectly, and it just had a wicked look that for modern weapon was pretty awesome. I agree. I was just as much in love with it, the gun, as I was the shield. I think maybe the shield a little more. No, definitely the shield a little more, but the gun is dope. So you know, when I was young, and even now, to be honest with you, when I look back, it was, like Alley Viper's card art was just, it's that mind blowing shit, right? That absolutely ridiculous, awesome, mind blowing shit. And I couldn't, like, when I was talking to my brother Jay Antonio today, we were talking about that, how you would get the figure and then you'd be just staring at the back at all the other card arts, like legit, just want that one, want that one, I want that one, I want that one, and and when the Alley Viper card art also enhances the figure for me when I am just like when I look at this, I still sort of see the original card art. So that's got a lot to do with it for sure. So I don't know, man. Let me see. I might be able to put this in there. I'm going to kind of move on in a second. So I am coming up next. You know what? I'm going to break those fingers if I try to open it up to put this. So anyway, I got this dope backpack set up. I'll just show this real quick. Later on, I may, right down underneath here, I have the modular fortification, and I haven't put it together yet. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it looks amazing, and I did want to put it together. So I'll put the vote to the fans as usual, and I'll see what everybody wants to do. All right, I'm not taking the time to do all this. You guys, this has got to be frustrating for y'all. But this is what I'm trying to give him the advantage. He's got this belt-fed gun with that dope backpack. I had it all set up, but I had to take it out because I didn't want his hands to get stretched. But this looks incredible. Now, my only qualm is that this gun is so much smaller than the classified one that I use. See, like, doesn't that look a little bit better, that size? Granted, this is obviously ridiculous. It looks like something that should be mounted on the side of a helicopter. But this definitely looks a little more manageable for like a one guy. But at the same time, I can at least put it on screen. So at least just another jerk. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are actually all very patient. I know I'm a few minutes late every day, and believe me, I am anxious as I'm watching the clock, running back and forth, making sure I have, oh shit, where's my charger? Oh shit, I didn't get the coffee. Oh shit, where's my throat coat tea? Oh fuck, where's my notes? It's an insane, I live an insane life. I'm a crazy person. There we go. So has anybody else had trouble with hands lately? I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like these hands pop out all the fucking time if you're messing with something on the wrist. Now I can't even get this fucking whore bag back in there. Okay. Is that in the thing? Okay. I don't know what's going on here. I didn't break it, did I? The only thing more fun than watching me fucking play with a figure off screen is having me not be able to get it back together. It's like the easiest thing. All right, so we're going for it. I'm just gonna kind of position it like this, and you'll get the idea. So I don't know. Like as much as I'm a straight up fanatic for the OG, and it, like with that backpack, with this gun, with that right there, I'm sorry, but the urban camo with this, let me see if I can just get the belt fed part just to make it look a little bit closer. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, man. That's hard to fuck with. That is really hard to fuck with. I mean, with the red. So there's like no evidence of any other color but that Digicami. Oh, I'm sorry. They chromed out his little D-ring right here on his belt. But so there you are. There's no other color like that except for right there on his mask. Fucking money, bro. Fucking money. And, I guess I was expecting this gridiron gun to be a little bit bigger. And the backpack I thought was going to be a little more detailed, but that's that. Ooh, you know what? my Ninja Commando loadout from Gridiron shipped, and motherfucking balls. Damn. Just another jerk saying hi, country. Oh, big my boy country gentleman in the house. What's up? Made it. You'll be lurking. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Oh, brother, I missed the post office 3 days in a row. I have your figure and the other winner's figure right there, bro. I am so sorry. They will go out first thing Monday morning. I'm gonna have my wife do it because I leave the house way before the post office opens, and every day this week I have been coming home late. So I do apologize, but that eel is coming your way, brother. It's right over there. There. So, man, I don't know, y'all. What do you think? So let's everybody cast a vote, right? We got these two, both looking dope. And I know it's not fair to this guy because he ain't got a Gatling gun, but here's our choices. What does everybody think? What does everybody think? We got, I personally, I don't know. I'm torn. It may be a tie for me because of what this one does look awesome, plus the nostalgia of it. And then, you know, that Gatling gun really looks dope. Where do you guys see this Alley Viper fucking group that I'm gonna it's gonna be fire. And then this one here, dude, it's that digi camo. This Gatling gun looks really fucking dope. It does look smaller than the other one, but I think it looks right. Nice, easy to move in an urban environment. So I do have two, right? So I only have one. Fortification, but I have two of these. I traded with Jeremy for one. I was very thankful for that. Everybody wanted that deal without question. So I don't know, y'all. What do we got? What do we got? Both the bright dudes on Team Rush and the black ones on Team Hyde with longer range squad support weapons. Perfect, right? Yeah, like the Crimson Alley Viper. He could maybe even I had it right here. You know, but this is hard to do with the shield. Or no, maybe you balance it on the shield. You got that long range. The Crimson Alley Vipers, I did that shoot. Oop, wrong one. I'm not to the tea yet. I'm still on the coffee. Although I shouldn't be having any. The beauty of it all is that we can justify getting them all. The beauty of it is that we can justify getting them all. They're different duty assignments. Anchor Viper coming through with the great ideas. She knows what it is. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, everybody throw a vote, and I'll kind of keep track, and I'll write it down right here. Which one you got? You got the Crimson. So and it's okay to vote for them all. Absolutely. I think everybody's gonna say, Anchor Viper, give me all the special teams and mission loadouts. Right, exactly. Give me all the different assignments. Give it all to me. So everybody can see we have the lovely Anchor Viper in house. I hope you all are following Anchor Viper and TV Cobra over on our Twitter streets. It's super important that you support people who are putting shit into our community like this. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but I know that TV Cobra is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. The whole concept behind it, the follow through, the execution, it's all fucking great. It's absolutely great. So like that theme song. So there's Anchor Viper, and then there's my soon-to-be brother Tex Thompson. We haven't directly spoke yet, but that's coming. And they collab together to come out to pump out Cobra TV and to recruit y'all for the masses and set the record straight on what's up with Cobra and GI Joe. So make sure you're following over there. There is a Patreon. I am currently following the Patreon. There is a level you can sign up for free. You can also pay for a tier. And I pay for a tier. I try to support everybody, anybody that's got something going on. I try to support for sure. We got dudes with shirts. I'll talk about those. We got our boy Pop Cult Frenzy, who's got his links. Make sure y'all are using his links. Even if you didn't see something like on the timeline, and you're like, oh, I'll get that. You're like, oh, you know what I want? I want another one of these figures. Hit Pop up. He'll send you the link, and the man will get his due. So, try to remember. You're very welcome, sister. I'm not done yet, though. So make sure you're signed up for the Patreon. You are signed up for all the things. So there's a lot coming. It's you just be on board. when what's next happens. Make sure you're paying attention and everything is ready. Now, so speaking of Anchor Viper, my Iron Grenadiers have intercepted a communique from Anchor Viper that she will be opening the gates to her fortress and bringing in the Ghost Vipers. And in good team fashion, we agreed that a joint operation between forces would be best. So Anchor Viper is going to be opening up her Ghost Viper the same time we're doing this. So this is what I'm going to do right now. We're about to open this bitch. So I have to, you see me playing with these figures right now. This is like the most time I get to play with my shit. So I do the photo shoots and whatnot. That's all chaos. Total chaos. I do the photo shoots and everything. That is me playing with them, but sorry, y'all. Chaos. That's fine. So here we go. We got this. Been waiting since the box set came last night. And thank you for waiting. I super appreciate it. I think this is super cool. So remember now, y'all, we were unable to get the Anchor Viper and TV Cobra compound is so deep in a mountain somewhere that it's very hard sometimes to get a full video signal out. So Anchor Viper wasn't able to join us, but she is basically right here next to us. She is opening this too. I'm just trying to find a way. All right. Hold on, y'all. One second. All right. I went looking. I thought I had my freaking box cutter right there, and I don't, because the last time I did this, I got a cardboard cut right in my fucking finger. All right, there we go. Boom. Let's see. Okay. So now, all right, how's that look, y'all? Not too bad, right? We're right there. I feel like I could use a little more light, like right here. Let me turn these a little bit. Does that look all right, y'all? Can y'all see? I think that looks all right. Stevie's out. Where'd he go? Let me back up. Stevie Z, I'm checking out. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. Have fun. Stevie Z, we love you, brother. Have a good night. All right, so here we are. Bang, 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 bang. Pop Colt has one. Not opening quite yet. So, yo, there is a lot of shit in here. Yo, there is very little blank space. So before I start taking it out, I'm just going to kind of go over. So here is what looks like his long range weapon. Fucking dope. We've got his short barrel. I know it's kind of more of an assault rifle. He's got two different kinds of pistols, which is interesting. I almost wonder if you notice, it looks like that one right there. This one, it looks like maybe it's got a barrel that will accept one of these dire effect type jammies, right? Why is it so dark? I feel like it's usually much. Oh, hold on, this might be it too. This light, I had to turn it. I was trying to take that mail call picture, and it was. Oh, all right. Well, there's a little more light over here. Maybe that will do. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so there we go. Nice. So we've got the dire dog, right, which is absolutely fucking turbo. I think I had said on Destro is my spirit animal that I wish the dog, or the wolf, I wish the dog had less green, right? So, oh man, I mean, they're all kind of the same probably, but so here it is. And it's nice. The sculpt is good. It's timber, as we all know. The Anchor Wolf is massive. Oh geez, here comes Joe. So this is definitely I'm rolling a blunt while watching G.I. Joe toys. Hey, what's up, brother? Big A Dave in the house. I'm glad you're a very supportive guy, brother. I'm happy to have you in the community. You're very, very giving with the compliments on people's stuff, and I dig that. I feel like we're similar in that way. I just definitely got that in my eye in case nobody saw that. Hot damn. So, Dire Dog. Pretty dope. Lots of articulation here, right? Lots of posing. Very good. Very good. Now, let's see. I'm going to try to keep up with these comments so I don't get too far back. They did not have pack communism as they would get interspecies. Yeah, I don't know if they went that far with it. It's, you know. Dagon in the house. Remember to like, comment, and do it all over for the replay. That's right, brother. What's up in the house? Good to see you. Boom, boom, boom. So now I'm going to get right to the figure. We all know what the X is. I'm getting right to the figure. Ooh, what I want to know is does that long range weapon? It's got a little you know, tag on it. I wonder if it goes in there. So here we go. Wow. See, is that a helmet or a head? I think it's a head. So, wow, dude, this is a great fucking figure, bro. Holy shit, my brothers and sisters, look at that. So it's very much the retro Viper vest, right? And the same with the belt. It's got that little flashlight. You know, there's that the holster. But he's got what looks like slightly redesigned. I don't know if it's new, but the Techno Viper wrist, where he's got the little thing that goes in, and he's got one on each wrist. There's a lot of these gold details on here that are fucking amazing. So, like that little mouthpiece right there, turbo. The belt buckle, turbo. On the back of the hand, turbo. Right around the edge there, fucking turbo. Crazy Legs is getting an OnlyFans. That's right. Hey, you know, they don't call him Crazy Leg for nothing. So also some nice accents on the boots, right? That's nice. I like a little extra like that. It goes a long way. This is very, very, very awesome. This is my 9th classy figure, and this may be my new favorite. Those accents. Anchor Viper. I listen. I can't say that I would blame you. So now it comes with multiple heads, right? So we're gonna talk about these heads. So right here we've got 1, 2, 3. Now hold it up so you can look at something I have fucking in it. I think it looks like, so hold on. I gotta put this there. I can't tell, and I'm dying to know which one of these heads go on the dude, right? So I know. Oh wow, okay. No shit. So the other one is for the wolf. Wow. So look, you can put both of these on this motherfucker's head. Holy shit. How fucking cool is that? Now, I think that snake head is interesting. And maybe for a pose where the figure didn't have a gun and he was like lurching at somebody, maybe that would be cool. But yes, it is a mold repaint Dagon of timber. So while I do think, actually, I kind of like this one a little bit better. It's that nice wolf's head. So while those are cool, all right, I think this one is pretty fucking unreal. Look at how dope that is. Again, look at the gold accents. Gesture design theories on the default. Shit, I need somebody else to comment. So the very last comment on my comment thing, I always miss like one of the last words because there's like some little button that I don't know what it is. It says something about money. Like I'm going to give people, Matt, my brother, he's heard me say it before. You're the fucking man. Thank you, Matt. Fuck yeah. Nice. You guys are the best. So theories on default helmet tech. So what I look at when I see this, now that I have it out, is it looks like the reason that it's all encompassing and that there's no, it even goes lower. See how it's all the way down. This is almost like, it looks like a self-contained breathing unit, right? It looks like that the rebreather, if you look at let me get my pencil out here. Hold up. It's a great question, Edgar Viper. So right here, if you like this breathing tech, if you look at the shit that's on the sides, it was such a reimagination of original Viper's helmet with the skull. Hell yeah. Exactly. So if you look right here on the front, it's very reminiscent of the original Viper's helmet, right? You have the battle mask sort of, but the way that they have it different, like, so you look at the original Vipers, it connotes a helmet with a separate mask, right? That battle mask for the other one, it looks like it's a faceplate and then the helmet goes on over it. Right here, it looks like the whole helmet is self-contained, and it's got these tubes right here. It looks like it's a self-contained breathing unit, right? And that it's like it's its own thing. Its helmet is its own thing. Let's see, Mo's mine. This would fit Monster Force, Vampire Sun Protection. Fuck, brother, holy shit. Yo, Matt is another dude that's full of them ideas. When we're spitting some shit back and forth, my dude definitely is awesome. Now, is this just a helmet, or is it the whole head? It's the whole head, right? Yes. Okay, so that is the whole head. So I'm trying to give you guys the best shot of that helmet because, yo, the detail in this hose, the little gold above it, the gold right here, I got to turn it around so I can look at it real quick. Fuck, man. That is fucking dope. And then if you look at the detail, these two lines, the stuff on the top of the helmet, y'all, this is my favorite one. All these other helmets are cool. I definitely think this is kind of badass. It's reminiscent of like Ghost from fucking Call of Duty. But dude, this is the shit. In my headcanon crystal ball, went to Gotham and met up with an old acquaintance to acquire new tech Scarecrow. Nice. Anchor Viper, extra. It looks like, what I'm wondering though is, so this here that's rebreathing through him, is he breathing in the dire tech too? Like, are these guys trained to not have the adverse effect of the dire technology? Instead of making him fearful, it makes him fearless. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. So if you look to, and this is, the color of the back of this vest is dope. It's a very particular brown that ties it together well. When I'm looking at it right now, it's very reminiscent. Now, it's not the same brown, obviously, but is it? No, it's not the same brown. But how the brown on this beachhead, the boots, the belts, the webbing, and the purse, how that all ties together is through that brown is reminiscent on here, right? So we've got the accents on the side. Same, it's all the same patterns as the retro Viper, but just it's with these 1970s rocker panel browns, and then what the gold accents. Boop 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 boop. Let's see. I think they want the adverse effect, hence the wolf and snake heads that work on the figure. Right, exactly. Maybe that's what it is. It does. It turns them into. Oh man, I can't take that and put it in a mug, so I got to use this stupid thing. I don't think I've ever seen that beachhead. Oh, hold on. Let me back up. Well, unfortunately, sister, I think that's hard to get right now. So the helmet is an extra. So first of all, let me take this off. So Anchor Viper is looking for some more intel on the beachhead. So this beachhead is Night Force beachhead. He's got that nice gray and black digicamo. He's got the brown boots, which are really, really dope. He's got the brown belt and the webbing. Boom, boom, boom. He came with this very dope sniper rifle. I think it's the best sniper rifle in the classified line that they make anyway. I can put this in his hand real quick because it does look, even though I always, so in the shoots that I do, Beachhead is now a door kicker with Shockwave on Strike Team Fangbuster. But in something that you may see in a couple places coming up, I'm not with, that's classified. I'm not gonna talk about that. There is an operation that you guys might be aware of that Beachhead, where they were escorting Mainframe and Breaker to a paint factory with a suspected Cobra supercomputer, and just expect to maybe see some. I'm trying to think of a way to say it, and I don't think I can, so I'm just going to stop. So this is the Night Force Beachhead. He comes with this nice rifle, and he's amazing. When we were talking about figures of the year, I was like, I don't know how you guys. I'm so biased, obviously, but. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Stuff him in some snake armor and get his mind right. You know it. That's it. Right in that snake armor. Because them shit's definitely, one of my favorite parts of that, of the Cobra TV and the, I can't remember exactly what it was. Was that episode a full episode on snake armor, right? Or was that just like a portion of that video? I can't remember if it was all on snake armor or not. So Anyway, here we go. Rifle's a little too small though. Yeah, I think so too. I think it is on the smaller side, and that maybe they could have ponied up and got him a little something something. But it's the browns on here that do it for me. I originally really didn't like the whatchamacallit. I feel like if I ever get an extra, that I might try to dye his upper body, like take the vest off and then make this all black. Like, see how his balaclava is all black? Imagine this, but if the arms were all black also. I feel like that might really look so much better. Maybe I'm wrong, but I definitely want to try to get that going. So yeah, sister, he came in a 2-pack with Quick Kick, who that conversation for figure of the year started because people were saying that this dude was their favorite, thought he was the best figure of the year. And I was like, I could see how somebody would say that. It is a really, really cool fucking figure. But then it got where we were going, and I got to be honest, I was surprised at a lot of the answers that I got. All black with green stripes. Well, no stripes, bro. Oh, all black with green stripes. See, that would look good. Yeah, man. Black with green stripes. I think that'd be nice. So, here's the beauty of that, Charles, is that if I did dye it black first, I'd have the beauty of seeing it like that. And then maybe I could even try and put a couple green stripes so I could have an idea of what that would look like. So now, because this is the Night Force Beachhead that has joined Fangbusters, we got this, right? So bing, bang, boom. You throw that on there. And because remember, the troops for Night Force is the Wolf Spiders. Now, if these weren't $40 a rip, I would have fucking a bunch of them. So for right now, I only got 2. And Beachhead leads the way, along with Shockwave, who is a close second in command, because Shockwave is the urban guy. So you got, just to give you, I know we got away from the Ghost Viper for a second, but so the Beachhead, Shockwave and Alley Viper were always so close because they were enemies in that regard, right? They were the what the hell? You just come out? Okay. So they were the urban enemies, right? They were mortal enemies. It was Shockwave and versus the Alley Viper, which legitimately was the original photo shoot plan. When I got that Alley Viper, I bought the Shockwave. So I had Alley Viper, Destro, Shockwave, and I ordered the retro Beachhead, I think but so I had the original shot was just going to be Shockwave on one side, Alley Viper on the other, facing each other, guns drawn. That was how all of my photo stuff started, was that. So anyways, we went through Strike Team Fangbuster. And that's why. So the Wolf Spiders had this, right? So I bought one of these for him and one of them for Shockwave, and now they all had the night vision when they're going to kick them doors, cut the lights, kick them doors. Let's get it done. So now, back to the Ghost Viper. I would bet Beachhead would be a fan of 38. Yes. So what I think that I do believe that as I was talking about on the timeline the other day, a short barrel 300 blackout would definitely be his or Beachhead's preference when he's kicking them doors. That 300 blackout really got quite the exit hole. So now I'm going to move on a little bit to here. And it looks like the Ghost Viper also comes with goggles. Oh, it does? Oh, shit, it does. Oh, you're right. Anchor Viper, thank you. Interesting. What do we got? Well, you know what? I don't think those would look as good on this one as much as with the other helmet, right? I think if you put them on this one, yeah, see, okay. Now we're fucking talking. Anchor Viper, way to save that day. You know what? I saw these in a lot of the pictures online. They were doing this too. Skull helm. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Look at that. Fuck yeah. That is sweet. So, all right, I'm gonna have to switch up heads. We're gonna have to try these other heads. So I'm gonna take this off, and then I think I'm gonna put the wolf head and the skull head on, maybe. So this is my favorite one though. This is incredible. Hold on. before I get away from that, I have to put, hold on, I got to put the gun on him with this. So real quick, there's the backpack. It looks like the backpack's got a way to hold some stuff. I don't see any pegs. See, this one's got that backpack peg, and so does that long barrel rifle. It's really cool that it comes with the long barrel. Let's see, where'd it go? All right. All right. Wolfson, let's take a break, buddy. All right. That's, there's no reason to be using language like that. A lot of people can find that offensive. And every time I look up, I'm trying to see your kids. Let's take a break, buddy. All right. Let's chill out. All right, here we go. So, all right. Well, maybe if I did it on the other side. All right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it right. I'm going to have to put a little work in to figure out how to pose this one best. Because a lot of times what I like is to have, you've got your trigger finger, and then I want to put this on like the end of the barrel. All right. So again, fumbling with the figs. So, all right. So I'm not doing this well. And I think it's because I don't have it sitting right, right? All right. Where are we here? Okay. So now we're talking. There we go. All right. That's a little better. That's a little closer to a position that works. Now what I'm trying to figure out is where does all this, oh, is that what this is? Okay, hold on. All right, so does this connect? Is that what that fucking thing is for? Is that doesn't go on there, right? So that is a backpack peg. I probably could have looked up and got like the right way to do all this off of something. So where does this connect to then? This other end of the hose. Has anybody else opened this shit? Anchor Viper, do you see where this goes? Does this go into the rifle somehow? Oh, is that it right there? That can't be it on the front of the rifle all the way up there. No, that's not it. That's got to go into something. Oh, it's this. Okay. Boom. It's the back of that it right there? Oh, yep. Okay. So it's this one, right? You're looking. I said, looking for the goggles and couch, you poor thing. I hope you find it, sister. Not the rifle, right? Yeah. This week in Hearthstone. What's up, brother? Hose goes to the smaller handgun. Thank you, my dude. All right. So one last look at it with the rifle. I feel like there's gold to be had. I'll put like a regular gridiron gun in there. I think what might be cool is if I did this, right, and then had like a subcompact in his other hand, right? So he's got, fuck, man, all my gridiron guns are over there. All right, hold on, I gotta do it. All right. Every time I go off camera, all I think about is hearing multiple people talk about and podcast like advice shit where they're like, don't ever walk off camera. And I always remember being like, why? People aren't just going to turn away. Low light has a cool stuff. Yeah. Yep. Twits that Firefly's remote fits in his pack. Yes. It turns around on the back. Just another jerk. I didn't know that either. until I saw it. We might have saw the same thing. I'm not sure. So I love this, right? So we've got the Dyer effect coming in through that. Now I wonder if it'll look better in his other hand because it'll take that's looping way far off. So if I take this out and bring it, nah, then it's really not. Oh, maybe. Hold on. No, that's cool, right? No, it's the other hand. All right, so I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, I just want to see this real quick before I switch helmets. I want to see what it looks like. So I'm gonna put it in this hand. Bing, bang, boom. Hell yeah, bang. And now I brought over this little ditty. Because sometimes you gotta put a bit of lead up in somebody. Fucking right, bro. Hell yeah. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Boom. We gassing up the joint. We giving you your daily dose of lead. Fucking A. Now that is one thing I always like to see is when you're holding a weapon. Now it's turned a little bit because of the stock, but if I cock his head a little, it kind of compensates some. That's what I'm talking about. There's my first photo. This fucking thing is really, really cool. It's like Ghostbusters in reverse. Right? Nice. Yeah, man. Now let me see, because I got these Dyer effects, I believe, come out. So one, I believe, so these little things he has, he can make a little bit come out of the things on his wrist, which I think is cool because he can just be like, boom, right there. But this shit, I believe, is meant to come out of the guns. Oop, that's not the gun. Right? Doesn't this come out of here? My old man eyes, I can't. Oh, those are hands. Those are fucking hands. Oh, shit. Ah, look at that. Oh, the snake. Oh, I didn't even see the fucking snake down there. All right, hold on. Is this, what about this? Nope, that's a skull head. Like a coming at you skull head. So does that come out of the, does that go in here? That can't be right. That'd be way too heavy. That can't be right. What comes out of this gun? Is it this shit? Why wouldn't they have some big, it's gotta be this. No. Gotta do the rerun. They gotta do a rerun on Ghost Viper. Yo, who did this week in Hearthstone? Where the fuck is there an effect that comes out of this gun? Because to me, these are the ones that go on his wrist, right? So homeboy. So these are the ones that go on his wrist, right? Boom. That's where they go. He's got this shit coming out. Those are fine. I mean, that looks like it's supposed to go in something. I'm just not doing it right. My old man eyes fucking. Oh, there we go. Ooh. What? And skull effect goes on the gun. Thank you, and thank you for the bump, y'all. Bang, motherfucker, bang. Dude. I dig it. I dig it. You know, like this, something like this is a little too sci-fi, just a little bit more too much on the sci-fi for me, but it's, I don't know, man. It's fucking cool as shit. I think that is amazing. Dude, I really like the wrist effects. And I wonder what those hands look like. I might even have to try that. I don't think I'll ever take the picture of it, but of course I got to see it. But now this is dope. I really like having this gun too, but I am going to take that out for a second, and I'm going to kind of be like, can I get him to like do a little something here? Boop, boop, boop. All right. There we go. Really, really awesome. That is fucking sweet. Sorry, my phone vibrated a couple times. I'm just scrolling down through the notifications. Okay, there we go. So this is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. This is what I wanted. So I have a Dio shot plan coming up. Flaming Skull reminds me of Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. That's a great shout. That is very, very cool. I love it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. So I think that this is going to be exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to the photo shoot that I have planned with Crystal Ball. I think this is very dope. So let me just snap this back in here. Oh wait, chaos. So this goes over here, and yeah. So I think I'm just gonna swap out. Let's see. Did you find those goggles yet, Anchor Viper? Hopefully you found. Hopefully you got that look, because I know that's something. Sometimes if I'm missing something and I can't find it, that shit will drive me up a fucking wall. It'll make me nuts. So now I want to know, actually, real quick, is I know I saw a spot. I wonder if this gun goes in here. I think that it does. And I'm a sucker for this kind of shit, right? Any kind of hose backpack attachment, anything that kind of goes together. Yeah. Okay. Now we're talking. So it looks like I'll have to find, there's probably got to be a spot where it's nice and tight. Here we go. I'll take it off the figure. So it looks like see, it looks like it's gonna fit perfectly right there. But so this is still got the shape of, like, it being fully straight, so it's trying to pull. But that's how it looks like. So you can mount that on the backpack. I don't know about y'all, but I think that is pretty fucking dope. Now, it really depends on anti-ectopack. Yeah, right. Now we got to get something that can counteract this kind of shit. So, again, the backpack peg, that's a little. My head is a little loose. Anchor Viper, is this a little loose? Any theories on what the green stuff is that he's spraying? It reminds me of a horror spin on Joker's Smilex, like something Scarecrow might use. Yes, you're very much true. You're very much true. What it is it's a dire technology that stands for, hold on, I know it's on here somewhere, dread-inducing responsive energy. And what that is that when it's almost like a toxic mist that it's supposed to make their enemies scared and fearful, right? And what happens is that the dire beasts are kind of like figments of that, where I think this is where it's left up to the user to say, so, like, are these actual beasts real? Like, I have this snake down here, which I don't have my thing, I want to ruin it. But yeah, so you can make it so this is like an illusion and the Joes don't know, and they're like, oh my God, Jesus, look at, there's a giant snake or something like that. Yes, super loose. Okay, fucking heck. Yeah, I almost don't like it that much. I hate it when the shit is like that right out of the box, because that's it. I mean, I guess it positions how I want it, and you do get, like, there's not a lot, like, you have to, like, bend the upper body to make them look down. It's not. It's no okay. So it does go up a little. It is what it is. Okay. All right. And God, the colors, really, it's the colors do it for me. I think it's great. So I'm gonna take the backpack off for a second. So we're gonna swap heads. Oop, pop that one off, and we're gonna go. Actually, I'll do the other one last. And for right now, I want to put on this snake head. Let's see what we got here. So, okay. Now, definitely a little too sci-fi for me, but it's incredible, right? It looks amazing. The neck is a little high. I think if you had literally this whole section flat, oh shit, I just dropped the gridiron gun. So if you brought this whole section, I don't know if I'm trying to get the angle so you can see it. There's a lot there. If you brought, like, this part of the hood right here down, like you just brought the whole thing down, so right there was up against it, it would look so much better. Anti-Echo would be a good brand name. Yeah, right? These muted colors are really interesting design choice with the translucent green. Fucking right they are. So it's that contrast where you've got, like, the brown against the gray pops a little, but the green against them both pops even more. So it's definitely pretty cool. Yeah, 100% Anchor Viper. So this right here kind of collapsing down a little bit, I think I would actually like it way more, because the great snake lives forever. Hail Cobra. Let's see. I'm gonna put this one on real quick. See, now this appears to, of course, it's so close that I can't quite snap it on. Oh, there we go. So, okay. So see how that has a lot less extra neck? That looks fantastic. That looks again. I still wish it was seen. I don't know. I guess like if you look, see where my pencil is. See right here. Look at that. Like I wish there was. I'm trying to find it so you could see through. If that was a little closer, I mean, if it was too close, you wouldn't be able to have any range of motion. But this part does look good, right? How it wraps up around the neck and the shoulders and everything. It's good. It's good. Yeah, nice, very good. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Oh, he's got a pistol. I'm just gonna put it in there. He's on that. Yep, he's got that. This is like the worst pistol positioning. It's like a cross draw on the wrong side, or it's fucking. It's insane. This is going to be a challenging cosplay. Yeah, right? Right? You ain't lying, are you? Are you planning to try to tackle that? That would be crazy. What's just another? I missed it. What did he say? More versatile this way. Put it on crystal ball. Ooh, okay. Like the head, you mean? Ghost Viper has to be a metal band. Oh my god, Ghost Viper would be a really metal band. Serious SG1 vibe. Ooh, yes, yes. Wait, hold on. Big Red SG1. SG1. What's SG1, brother? Holy shit! It's probably one of those things I should know instantly. Big Red. What's an SG1? If I buy a wolf head, I'll get side eye. Yeah, right. Almost needs a collar piece for the extra heads. Like so, yes, Matt. Yes, yeah. Oh, Stargate 1. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, right, right. Where the movie where those dudes they have that mask and they're just fucking yes, yes. Holy shit. So, Matt is also right. Like if they had a cowl or whatever the fuck you call those things that kind of wrapped around, that would be the shit. Big Red, Stargate. Thank you, brother. I actually saw that it was on Amazon like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I used to love this movie. Let me throw this on real quick. And it's good. It's good. I mean, it's it's not top-notch acting and like anything like that, but it's just a real interesting movie. So I really like these wrist effects too. I feel like, if you're in close quarters and somebody's got you, you're just like, yo, here's a little dyer for that ass. You can just be like, boop, right in the way. Road Pigs alt helmet would be great. There we go. Jucking and trucking got that shit. That's right. That's right. I love it. All right. So yeah, that wrist thing is cool as shit. I feel like the wrist thing almost makes a little more sense with one of the two non-animal heads, because this is like imagine like a werewolf using technology like this, like beep boop boop growl. So yeah, I feel like this is a little more trying to do it when there was a regular head, but I'm gonna pop this one off, and then I'm gonna go to this one, which is very, very reminiscent of the OG Viper helmet, which it's not reminiscent. It is the OG Viper helmet. It's just got gold accents on the side. Or not, yes, the retro Viper helmet. It's the same one. So this is a complete repaint of the retro Viper, right? So there it is. Bing bang boom. Yeah, that is free for you to use, sister. Beep boop boop growl. So there it is. Dope, dope, dope. I think that this looks pretty cool. I wish the arms would come a little closer together so I could be like, so I could do that beep boop boop with like the finger, right? So I could be like beep boop boop, something like that. There we go. Beep boop boop. Hold on, sorry. There's that notification I was waiting for. So beep boop boop. Nice, nice, nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, let's see here. Okay, so the mask is really sweet. Okay, very very cool. I like. So all right, so that's tough choices right here. So if you look, I kind of like it. So if you look, I hope you all can see this as good as I think you can. So if you see how the mouth fits right with the two side pieces there, I think that looks pretty cool, right? I know that probably wasn't easy to come up with something. So, voting so far 10 being the highest. Wait, hold on. Comment redacted. I got it, isn't it? Rating so far 10 being the highest. So so it'd be hard. it's almost like I'd want to judge. No. So as a set, it's a it's a it's I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10. But there's very little notes, right? Normally for an 8 out of 10, I'd have a lot more notes, but they did a lot of things right. And I, as much as I appreciate that, there is a lot of green. I really, when I put those animal heads on, I thought that they were incredibly tall, and I don't want to say it looks goofy, but it's just that's it. I don't know. 9 out of 10 for comparisons. I'm biased. Wolf, 9 out of 10 for companions. I'm biased. Okay. Yeah, for an animal companion kit, yeah, 8.5. I could even say 9 because there's so much shit, right? There's just a fuck ton of stuff here, and it's all very good. Let's see. Okay, so that's that. I think that's the Baroness sniper rifle, right? 100%. Very cool that they gave it to him now. And God, I'm looking at this helmet. I couldn't find. Hold on, here we go. I refuse to admit that I need these, so I never put them on. Now I'm going to actually see this for the first time. So yeah. Oh fuck yeah, yeah. This is definitely my favorite one for sure. But to be honest with you, when I look at this with the helmet, the original Viper thing, it's a great Halloween themed figure. Hasbro timed it right for release. Fuck yes. Ooh, what did Mo say? What kind of ideas he got? Follow up. There is a set that is the 1010 gold standard. That's a Wolf 19. Okay, that's a great question. So I probably should have thought more about that. So to me, so if you look at this, right? See, this is like my favorite classified figure. But the problem is there's not anywhere near the amount of shit, right? And there's like there's I don't know. It's hard to like. There's the backpack. There's a lot of shit. This just has a couple fucking guns and a wolf. But that is my favorite classified figure. So I think the best way for me to say it is that when I give a ranking, man, and maybe this doesn't even. When I give like a thing like that, it's almost like I'm not even comparing them against each other as much as it's getting its. You know what? I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm trying to think how to say. Ooh, it's okay. So I didn't have my glasses on. So this stripe down the middle, I don't know if you can see it, is the dire green in there. So it almost connotes that between this and this, that this whole helmet is filled. This whole helmet right here, between that and then the sides, is filled with the dire shit. How fucking cool is that? Let's see. Rock Lockdown, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Glad you made it. Yeah. So Matt, I have to evaluate that, right? So I have my 3 3/4 list where I go, that is me doing 1-to-1 comparisons, and I do it like Beach Wave, holy shit, Beachhead, Shockwave, Alley Viper are 10 out of 10s, right? And then maybe you drop it down to like actually Ambush is a 10 out of 10 for me too. But yeah, so I can do it like that, but I have to really get this the classified. I've really got to come up with like more of a standard and see what's up with it. But back to the fig. There we go. I fucking love that shit. I think that this is excellent. Listen, if somebody said that they thought this was a 10 out of 10 pack, I wouldn't even think twice. I would high five and be like, yeah, man, you're right. I just, like this is cool. I think this is Barbecue's backpack, right? Yeah, that's Barbecue's backpack with a repaint. Like the top is actually trans. That's like that super OG translucent. And he's pretty much best OG figures in the line, so I love him. Yeah. Snow Job is pretty on the nose, but Alpha Commando was my first thought too. Yeah, right. Snow Job is definitely got some incredible gear. But yeah, Alpha Commando, man, I fucking love that. That fucking figure is just amazing. So this arm, I mean, the arm does have some articulation. This, for some reason, if you look, one arm has like can collapse and do a little more than the other. So with this kind of an arm, this is the one that you put the rifle in to look down, put the rifle in to look down the sight, and then this would be the one you try to stretch out to do the barrel. But one thing that I love is having, if they've got all these accessories, they've got to fucking be able to go on the backpack. Like Snow Job, for instance, you can put all this shit on there. Like, why are we not doing that? Gotta have it. Okay, so I mean, we've kind of hit it. Let me kind of go back through real quick. I'm not going to take the hands up. You know what? The dire wolf. Let me just kind of go like this. I'm going to put the dire wolf here. I'll try to move that up a little bit so we can all take a look, and you can watch it against my ever-growing fucking stomach. I don't know. I know most of us are all in the same age, so I'm sure you know that once you hit a certain age, that shit, those cookies, cakes, and junk doesn't disappear at night. That shit don't disappear when you wake up in the morning. It's right there. Does he glow? It might be cool to add that touch. I don't believe. Yeah, no glow. Thank you, Matt. I was pretty sure he did not. I think the snake eyes hands, and then there was something else, right? What glows? The snake eyes, pink hands, and then there was something else. I can't remember what it was. But yeah. So, ding dong ding. So these do look kind of cool though. The hands. So if you look where they got the tab there, you can see that all this kind of goes up the side of the arm. Yeah. The Swarm Tracer from Valveverse glows really well. Ooh, the Swarm Tracer. I'm not sure what that is. That sounds interesting. We got double wrist effect, so you can have the shit coming out of both. Yeah, man. I mean, this is truly fucking fantastic. I absolutely love it. I don't know where we can go wrong. Fucking right. So, it's the gold on here is very tasteful, right? It's like a muted instead of like a super shiny look at me gold. It's more just like a nice little accent. Oh, same thing, the little cobra gold on the side. A black paint wash and adding some glow might be just too scary for my adding some glow paint, and it might be right, you've got them up on the I do have a black light. I use this shit to help it cure my prints, 3D prints. So I'll have to crack that out. So I mean, yeah, man, I'd say 8.5 out of 5. What, Anger Viper? What do you think? What do you think? Hang it over your pillow. Yeah, right. What do you think? Altogether, I mean, there's so much stuff that is in this pack that it's really hard to not say that it's a home run, right? When they give you this much stuff to play with, I think it has to be, you've got to kind of be like, oh, hey, this is awesome. I got to give it its due. So I'm definitely okay with being like, oh, how the fuck do you get your fucking hand up? What the hell? Does that really sit like that? Oh, sure it does. So yeah, here we go. We got the sniper rifle. Let's see what this looks like in his hands. Let's see what I can get it. He's got the dire effect flopping out the side. So I wonder why they put so I guess they have, you could take the fucking Ecto Cooler backpack off, and you could put the sniper rifle in the back, and then you have his regular rifle, that so you can have him, armed and operating like a regular trooper. Oh, this looks really good. Hell yeah. So just as we talked about, troop builders. So it's very cool that this has 3 different weapons options. You have the long gun, the little rifle, and then you have the ecto fucking delivery system. And so what I think that is really cool is because now when you troop build the fuck out of this, you can have each individual, you can have a couple with the long range, you have a couple with the short range, you got a couple with this, you got a couple that have the fucking wolf's heads, you have the wolf section, you've got the snake head section. Yeah, I think that this is fantastic. Beep boop growl. Very, very cool. I'm trying to find a flaw to kind of be like, just like a devil's advocate for everything that's good, but everybody knows me. I really try to just stay good about it, because it's one of those things where, like, I'm just happy that we keep getting this shit, right? That the line hasn't gone out, that everybody supports it, and yeah. So there we are. So let's see. Here we go. Well, I only have 8 other classes, so it's hard to compare for me. But I will say points for creativity, Great riff on a legendary figure. Looks good. Killer accessories. I'd say a 9+. Boom. I think that's perfect. But the chat hate me if I asked you to test the blacklight. So let me see. I'd have to see where it is. Let's see what we got. Here it is. 2 seconds. Beep, bop, boop. Wow. All right. So now, let me see if I turn this light down. This may give us just enough. Definitely lights it up. Definitely lights it up. So I don't know how well it translates, but the gray kind of pops there. It looks like my filter, my camera filter is trying to take it out. It doesn't work undercover if you keep shouting the catchphrase. I do not collect the reaction figures. It's just while they look great, and if somebody gave me a case full of them, I would that does look really good. So you know what? That's a great call, Anchor Viper. I don't know if we're getting the full effect, right? Because I don't think you can see it the way that I see it. I don't think the light, like, it is glowing. Not in a way that something glow in the dark would glow, but it is having an effect on the translucent green. So there is something to be had there, Anchor Viper. I just gotta get it set up where I can see it. You know what I mean? A little bit better. I think I'll turn this light back on. There we go. All right. So good call. I think that was definitely worth giving it a shot. Let me try to see here. So I have something that has come through. I have to reply to this real quick. I can't. You're like, I can't believe he's responding to a text. But yeah, nope. Something very important here. You're all very good for dealing with this. One more second. Almost done. Okay. There we go. All's better. Thank you for being Anchor Fail. No, bro. Dude, you're a pretty funny fucking dude. It's not glowing here. All right, so yeah, it's so again, it's not glowing in the same way that that something that's supposed to glow in the dark would glow, but it's definitely got like a nice little something to it. So I'm gonna kind of move it on a little bit. But Anchor Viper, thank you so much for waiting to invite the Ghost Viper into the ranks and into the fortress. It was really great, that we were able to kind of do that together, because it's almost like, when you have two different people that are looking at the same thing, you're getting two different perspectives, obviously. Now, it seems like there's a brain to be shared on the sensibilities of what a Cobra Viper should embody. So I think we were gonna kind of have the same kind of an idea of it anyway, but that was very fucking cool for you to join that. So I do super appreciate it. I'm going to kind of wrap it up a little bit, I think. And I got to grab my notes. I know that there was some other shit I wanted to talk about. Where are we? Hour 45 minutes. How about that? I actively was going to try and have, a podcast that's not as incredibly long, right? And like I like doing 4 hours. And sometimes, you know, it's just once I get started, I really don't mind. I don't mind because as my kids would say, I'm a yapper. And he's like, Daddy, are you out there yapping again about G.I. Joe? And it's like, yes, I am. Again, all the time. So yeah, awesome. Yes, thank you, Anchor Viper. It sounds like my boys in the chat. And yeah, everybody show love for the lovely young lady, Anchor Viper. You know, I'm very proud of the way that she has been received because, you know, this is a male dominant hobby, so to speak. And I think it takes like, I know it's the world ending, right? Right. You know, something's wrong. Like, oh shit, the Earth's off its axis. He's going less than 3 hours. So, you know, I feel it's important for it to not just be us brothers enjoying things. I think, you know, it's good for it to be brothers and sisters. Right. And it's super important to be, because you know, I feel like an Anchor Viper, when she comes as hard as a bad bitch as she is, and she's hard and fast, try true Cobra. I think it's always nice to make sure you're letting people know when they're putting themselves out there with content and doing those kind of things. I think it's very, very important to be super, you know, accepting and encouraging, right? I mean, this goes for everybody for sure. But like I said, I feel like there's maybe a little extra put in on the leap of faith that you take with a group of people in a community when you put yourself out there in a place where maybe, you know, it would be easy to see how they're, you know, like, you know, I'm sure you can go to some Facebook groups and a woman would not be well received. That's just a fact. It's an unfortunate fucking fact, but that's their fucking loss, because Anchor Viper rocks the house, TV Cobra rocks the house. It's all very great. So make sure, y'all, that you are following over there. That is, you know, Anchor Viper has their own page. Cobra TV Cobra is a separate one, but they are one strong unit working together to bring us the truth about what our illustrious leader, Cobra Commander, has really been doing. So honor is nonpartisan and not sectarian. It is a great community, Cobra or otherwise. That's right. That's right. You're 100% right. When a bullet don't know the difference. It's when you're on the battlefield, the blood looks the same. The bullets doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're what it is. It's we are all in this battle together, and together we're better. That's just all there is to it. So, damn fucking right, girl. Cobra forever, 100%. And you know, when people put, when, you know, we all do a lot by, you know, like we all have different things we do. Like Pop brings us those fucking great deals all day and night. Boom, totally awesome. When lots of like our boy Conrad puts a daily post up about how, you know, like a different clip of a GI Joe stuff. Very, very awesome. Our boy CG Horror, I know he's got some work stuff lately. He hasn't been on as much, but I know he's super busy. But like my dude, he's usually putting, you know, all those kind of daily posts. So we're all bringing different things to the community. And I mean, if we're all being honest, I mean, how fucking awesome is TV Cobra when you watch those episodes? Nobody's doing anything like that, you know. And it's a major, yeah, Cobra TV is on my sub list. Yeah, make sure you're over there making it happen. You know, when you look at what it is and like how it's something that is breaking down and looking at the coolest aspects of what our hobby came from, right? The original roots, when they're doing all this around the Sunbow cartoon, the 3 3/4 figures, and it's giving it its due respectfully to what it was, right? I feel like the 80s aesthetic of all of it, right? Like the music, the 80s music, boom, fucking amazing. Like it is all absolutely fucking perfect. So I mean, I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, what? Wait, what? And I remember seeing it in the timeline and I didn't click on it. It's like one of those things, like I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to check that. Okay, I'll come back, I'll check that out. And then finally I was like, oh, you know what? I'm doing that now. And I clicked on it and I was listening to the beginning, the theme song, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? And because there's nothing else like it. and I watched same thing, just the jerk saying I blew through all of them because I don't remember which one I clicked on. It wasn't the first one, so I got through that one, but then I went back and started it over again, and I was like, yo, what in the fucking world? What in the fucking world? How fucking awesome is this? How cool is this? And then I immediately started posting about it because I was like, okay, some people that haven't seen this yet need to check this out. So there's I Destro and the Iron Grenadiers have knowledge of upcoming greatness. So we are where we are with what she's got out now. But it looks like Anchor Viper is filling in. This is just the beginning. Working on season 2 and a lot new programming. Thank you. There is more coming. So don't wait until it drops and then you're like, oh, I didn't see it. Not that I won't be posting it, but get over there yourself, and make sure you have the make sure that you've got the notifications on. That way it helps everybody. Like then you don't have to worry about missing something. And I think that that's good for the people who you're subscribing to. I think it's something, right? So yeah, I feel like I've said this before a few times. I have sayings that about all of us together, and again, you don't have to be creating any content for this to be true. We're all in it in a way where what I'm trying to say is like that saying that I say all the time, a rising tide raises all boats. So when somebody else comes and they are creating good content and we are supporting that, it gets all of us better, right? We're not in competition. We're all going to the same place. So like, the other saying that I say, and it's very kind of cliche, but I think it's true, is, we don't step over each other to get to the top of the mountain. We pick each other up, we lock arms, and we get there together. That's it. We're not in competition. Nobody's in competition with each other. And it's one of the reasons why I really love the community is that we embrace that aspect where nobody gets on anybody else for what their headcanon is, right? Nobody's giving anybody a hard time about any of this stuff. It's just, Red with the secret spring-loaded stash. Uh-oh. Looking forward to season 2. Yes. So I can't wait to, even once we just find out like what the episodes are going to be, that's going to be exciting, right? Like a episode preview reveal sort of deal, right? Like I think that would really be incredible. So I'm looking forward to everything that comes next from Cobra TV. You never know what kind of collaboration could be in the future. There's just you just pay attention, stay tuned, and make sure that you are supporting Homegirl, Anchor Viper, and everything that they're doing over at TV Cobra. And yeah, I can't wait to meet the other half of the team, Tex Thompson, who has, I believe he did, if I remember, wrote all of the like the theme song, like he did that whole thing, which is fucking, that's just cool. Like I think that was one of the things that by the time Anchor Viper came on screen, I was already like, after hearing that song, I was already plugged in and fucking, yeah, holy shit. So very good. Continued support of our homegirl, especially like when we see her in the Twitter streets, because she's also very supportive. She just says, I don't know, it's like she is very much Anchor Viper, and I appreciate that. When she comes into the comments, it's very thoughtful, and you just fit very well into the community, and we're all lucky to have you. Like I don't know if there was ever like an official welcome, but welcome. You are now here. So Ghost Viper was great. I thought that was fantastic. What else was I? And the best part again was that we had a joint operation that came off successfully, and we got it done. So for sure, and we did. It brought the character to life for real. I felt like I love opening stuff for the first time, like with you guys, because you get to see my genuine reaction, right? I would be nothing without unit captains like you and all the volunteers in these army building. Thank you. Yes, we are better together, and as good as a community can be. We are the sum of our parts, and that's why when we come together, yes, one of us, 100%. It's one of us for sure. And that's right. I say it all the time. Like I said it when I was on Destro as my spirit animal, you know, and we were kind of talking about the community, and I was kind of like, you know, you can, you know, they can say to me that it's great that, like, you know, you kind of brought us all together and everything, but none of that matters if we're not all doing it. If we're not all putting in the effort to be supportive and everything like that, then, you know, then it doesn't work. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. If you've ever heard that cliche, but it's 100% fucking accurate beyond belief. So I did touch on it a little earlier. I am going to say it now. This is a good segue. Oh, if you haven't seen Anchor Viper on Destro as my spirit animal, go to, I believe it's on Anchor Viper's page or the TV Cobra page. I believe you can find it obviously on Mark's page. It was a great, you guys were on for like, was it an hour or over an hour? It was a lot. It was, you guys, I wasn't sure if it, like, exactly what it was, but like, I know this, to go on a show like that and doing it all on the fly as Anchor Viper and responding to questions, shit that comes from the chat and coming up. It was a 10 out of 10 performance, and I strongly suggest that you all get over there and check it out. So then that segment was right to Destro is my spirit animal. On Monday at 9 o'clock, I will be back. I was very humbled and thankful. Mark reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to come back?" I said, "Fuck yeah." We decided the topic is going to be like the mythology of the Sunbow cartoon. Like, we are just going to throw down on what like our favorite parts are, what sticks out to us, what remember, you know, from childhood, like what are the things that we like really really super want to do, or really really like stick out in our heads. And you know, and then we may be taking little interludes to shit on DIC because that it's a craptacular bit of cartoon making. Now I know there are some people that love the DIC cartoon, and obviously that is fine. And I don't care that you like it, or I'm sorry, like I don't mind that you like it. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just that it's just that it's really not for me. It's yeah, it will be an awesome show, Big Red. Speaking of which, Big Red, I may be reaching out to you. There's a couple of people that I know are aficionados on that time period, and I may ask for a couple questions of you. So I am compiling notes that I plan on giving credit to when I'm on that show. When we're going over it, I will be giving producer credits. So like our boy Conrad, who we know is a fucking literal encyclopedia of news about these things. He is like, you know, so I reached out to him and said, you know, like what sticks out to you about the DIC cartoon? And he had some very good answers in that, you know, he was like, there was, I'm obviously not going to say them now, but just to give you an idea that he's, you know, he had some very good thoughts in that how, you know, what he thought about, how am I trying to say it? What he thought about DIC, and while, you know, it's obviously has its flaws, that there is a lot of things that were really, really good about it. And so, you know, I get it. I definitely get that. And it was a very good devil's advocate kind of way that I will be doing it. And like I said, I will also be very much saying things like, these notes on DIC came from my brother Conrad, et cetera, et cetera. So Big Red, I'll be reaching out to you to ask you a few questions, your thoughts on stuff. And then, like I said, I will be making sure that I give you that show credit. A couple things I'm going to try to do better this time. Is that I am a overwhelming bit, you know, and I felt like I talked a lot. And so I want to try to make sure that I'm not like stepping on the poor host of the show just by being right in up in there and blah, 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 blabbing, flapping away. I had my headset in, and I don't know if anybody's going back and listening to that replay, but my fucking headset, bro, I was like blaringly loud when I talked. It was when I was listening to it, I was like, oh God. I mean, I'm sure everybody feels the same way about the sound of their voice when you're on camera and you hear it back. You're like, that's not me, because you hear your voice through through the lens of like it's inside you, so you hear it differently. When you hear it from the outside, it's much different. So, I plan on having be having some notes, being ready, and getting into it. I feel like this is an awesome topic that is so very broad to kind of just, there's never, I don't get no notes, Marsh, just both times he was like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, we can do that. That's it. We're doing it. Done deal. Ready, break. We're out of the huddle and we're at the line, ready to hike the ball. So please, if you can, listen, like, I know at least on Saturday, the beauty of television, I feel your pain, brother. You did great. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's one of those, I appreciate that, Anchor Viper. It's one of those things, like if you put me up on a stage with a podium and some people, it's the nervousness is just thinking about it leading up to it, right? You're not really like, it's when once you stand up and you hear the sound of your own voice and you start talking, it's fine. Like, I gave a best man speech when I was in my early 20s, right? One of my closest friends, actually at the time it was my closest friend. I gave a speech at his wedding, and I remember I was never at that point. I remember thinking, I was like, oh, I must have never been nervous before in my life, because how I feel right now, this is fucking nervous. And I remember being bang, I put a shot and a fucking slugged a beer, and I thought I had like 10 minutes. And then the guy came over and he's like, who's giving the speech? And they all pointed to me, and it was like, all right, you're up in 2 minutes. And I was like, I was told I had like 15 minutes. And he was like, you're up in 2 minutes. And he walked away. And I was like, oh shit. So I was fucking liquid courage. I don't drink booze anymore, but I was slamming it, and I got up, and I felt like I was going to burst in flames, because I was I know now, I know that it was anxiety. I didn't know then. I thought I was just losing my mind. So I remember getting up there and having the mic, and it did a little wee, little feedback real quick. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, everybody? And then once I heard my voice, and that, again, I knew everybody. It was a bunch of our friends. It was all our friends. It was great. So I heard everybody, and they were like, ooh, and everybody used to call me by my last name, right? Most people, my first name is Michael. Most people, my friends would always call me by my last name. So they were like, ooh, and then that was it. Then I just started talking, and I honestly made it up. It's like I do on the podcast. I had a rough idea about the speech. I told a story that was true. So like, I lived with them for a minute. I'll just tell the story real quick, because I was told by many people that it was good, as far as best man speeches go. So I lived with them for, it was, I think, 4 months. So I had just moved, and I was making a move to a certain place, but it wasn't available. I was like, something like, at that point, it was like 8 weeks away, that the apartment that I was going to move into, a buddy of mine owned it, and one of his tenants was leaving, but they weren't leaving for a while. So I didn't want to go move in somewhere else. I wanted this place. So they were nice enough to let me crash there. And one night, Amber was her name. Todd was my buddy. Amber had made dinner. And so I was like, oh, hey, I'll do these dishes, clean up. So I'm doing the whole thing. I'm cleaning up. And in the end, I look over like this, and I'm like, oh, boop. There's the towels that hang on the front of the stove. And I have my hands, they're soaking wet. There's the towel that's dry. This is what you do. So I've got my hands, and I'm going like this. And as my hands are getting over there, she's like, no, you don't touch those towels. Now, remember, I'm 23. I don't know if I'm part of them. I don't know a fucking thing about fancy towels or like special curtains or like any of that shit. And so I'm just like, here, my hands are dripping. I'm like, wait, I can't use this towel. And she's like, no, those are the decorative towels. Get one off the, whatever, the refrigerator. And I was like, what? You gotta be kidding. And she was like, do not touch those fucking towels. And she was like mad. And in my head, I'm thinking, what the fuck is what? Okay, you know what? She just made me dinner. I'm not even gonna say anything. So I go to bed and I wake up the next day, and I'm like, as I'm getting ready for work, I go out into the kitchen and I'm making the coffee, and I look at those towels, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. She made that big stink about using the towels, and I was like, fuck these towels. What is she? Why is this like? Because she really was like screaming. She was really like a crazy person type of upset. And I was like, you know what?
He didn't yell at me like that. So I took the 2 towels and I walked over to the closet in the living room and I just threw them in there. I was like, now I wasn't seriously like, this wasn't like retaliation. It was playful. I was like, you know what? She's so in love with these goddamn towels that she's going to yell at me like that and not allow me to dry my hands. Then I'm just going to, you know what? Here, you can think that, that your towels got kidnapped. So Todd and I go off to work because we actually worked. This is part of why, like at that time, I was, because this was right when I was still going to school. I hadn't started the business yet. It's like right before that. And, oh, Jesus, you know what? I wasn't even in my 20s. I was 19. Yeah, I was 19. That's when I was in school. Anyways, yeah, I was 19, 20. I wasn't even that old. So I threw the towels in the closet. We went to work, right? And while I'm like, yeah, I know. I was 20, and I definitely was like, I I I wasn't respecting the stuff. But you got to remember, I was joking, right? That I was like, um, I wasn't trying to make her mad. I just was kind of like extending the joke, like you think these towels are so important. They're just like, look, I'll put them in the closet and nobody's gonna miss them. Like, what's the big deal about these towels? So we go to work, and then we get home, you know, because Amber was still there. She went to work after us and came home after us, right? We went to work first, came home first. We left and we came back, and I remember walking in, and I had over I had like something that was on there. It was like a table, a little entry tableway. And I remember looking down and I was going to put my keys there. And I was like, wait, I thought I had something, whatever it was. I thought there was something I had there. I was like, oh, I must have put that away. So then I go, and at the time, me and Todd used to play Metal Gear Solid together. We'd come home from work and we'd fuck around and play that until, you know, Amber came home. And and so I go and I look and I'm like, what the fuck? Something looked weird in the living room, and I'm like, you know, I walked back into my room and I I opened my top drawer. There's nothing in it, and I'm like, what the fuck? I opened the second drawer. There's nothing in it, and I'm like, hold on. Now Amber used to take all of our clothes and wash them. So she was a caretaker of this house for some rich people, and they didn't care. She used to bring our laundry there and do it. They had that big industrial washer dryer. It was crazy. She could do all of our shit in like one load. So it wasn't that weird at first. I was like, oh, Amber must have just took everything and washed it all, even though, you know, even though like the shit was clean. She was like, she obviously like I didn't put these clothes anywhere. So obviously, you know, Amber must have took the clothes. So then I go and, or no, I said to Todd, I was like, yo, where the hell? Can't find my clothes. The drawers are empty. And he was like, oh, no, dude, you know, Amber must have took that shit. I was like, all right. So then there was some clothes that I had on the bed that were underneath my blanket, like my sweatpants and sweatshirt that I had on from the night before. So those were underneath the blanket. So I grabbed those and, and I got changed. I went out. I sat down to play Metal Gear, and my PlayStation was gone. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm looking around, and Todd's in the other room. He was taking a shower. I was like, "Bro, did you move the PlayStation? Like, did you have to take it off the main TV because you were what? Like, wait, we were at work all day. Why am I asking you that?" And and then so I'm like, wait a minute. I go back in to my bedroom and I start looking around. Now the bedspread that was there, that was theirs, right? I didn't have to bring all my shit there. They had the spare room all set up. So that was theirs. I start looking around and I'm like, yo, I don't have a single item of mine in this room. I open up all the drawers. I had a thing. Well, so I had it's a small safe lockbox thing that was there. I think, you know, and I was like, wait a minute. How the fuck? Because I bolted it. It was bolted to the floor. I was like, where is my shit? And I go back out into the living room and I'm looking around all over the place. And I'm like, I don't have a single item that I own in this house. And so Todd, he's like, you know, in a towel. I go in. I'm like, yo, we might have got robbed, bro. I was like, my PlayStation's gone. I was like, I had a bunch of shit on that the entryway table that's not there, and all my drawers are empty. But I looked and there's like 4 baskets of your guys' clothes here. So she's not doing the laundry. She didn't just take my shit. I was like, yo, I think somebody broke in. Todd gets out of the shower. He's like, get the fuck out of here. So he's like, I'm like, yo, why don't you at least call Amber to see if like like took my clothes, we could start there because they come in, take my clothes, my shit, and just left. Like, what the fuck is going on? It was nuts, bro. My head was spinning. I had no idea what to say. And he calls Amber, and I'm standing right there, right? And she's not on speaker, but I can hear her as soon as she answers the phone because Todd, it's like, brrr, 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 and you hear the click. So Todd starts to go, hey, baby. And before he could get past baby, she fucking screams into the phone, tell blah, blah, blah to put my, because again, they always call me by my last name. Tell so-and-so to put my fucking towels back or I'll never see his shit again. Click. And she hung up the phone. And Todd and I were looking at each other like, what? Now, mind you, Todd didn't know I did that with the towels. So Todd is legit like, what the fuck is going on right now? And he tried to call her back and she wouldn't answer the phone. Literally. She came home, walked in the door and was like, where's my fucking towels? Now, I had already put them back. And she's like, okay, you can get your shit. It's in my car. She, before she went to work, went around and collected every stitch of my shit that she could find, put it in her fucking little Dodge Daytona, and went to work with it because I took her towels. So, yeah, those were, you know, at the time, like I'm still very close with Todd. It was, you know, I don't know if that story translates as well because I kind of took the long way home on it a little bit. But yeah, bro, she took all my shit, literally all of it. And I'm talking about her car. She could barely drive. She had the whole back seat that was a hatchback, all in the window. It was all there. It was fucking, I mean, it was, oh my God. Yeah, well, towards the end of that marriage, she was definitely a Valkyrie. So this is a Cobra PSA. Don't fuck with your Valkyries. Leave them Cobra towels alone. Let the women have the things that they like. That's all. You know, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not super important to them, right? I'm just kind of realizing it. Yeah. So yeah, that is bump New York. This is don't fuck with the towels now. We know, right? Sorry, I'm so sorry. So that was the story that I told at the wedding, and everybody was dying. It got close. I didn't have to pay. I mean, it was open bar, I think, for a period, but I remember specifically being very drunk and being like, going at one point in my pocket, and I still had all my money, and I was like, "Why the fuck?" Because everybody was buying. Everybody kept buying the drink. So, yeah, and knowing is most of the way. And knowing is most of the way there. Very good, very very good. Just another joke. It was so. Listen, it is a little crazy, right? But you got to remember, we were in our early 20s, you know, and we were wild people. Like we were all good people for sure, but as I was talking about earlier with one of our members here, that I was in, not really in, but I practiced with some metal bands. We never wound up doing anything, but all my friends when I grew up, they were all in bands and shit like that, and it was very very fun. And so Todd was in a band at the time, and you know, so we were you know, wildish type people. So yeah, that's that story. You know, I thought about that like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, I should find an opportunity to tell that story online or on the podcast. And so I kind of shoehorned it in there a little bit. But so that was a long way of talking about my appearance on Destroys My Spirit Animal. I'm just going to circle back to that. The last time I was on, all the boys and girls showed up, and it was it made me feel good. Right. I mean, I know you guys enjoy Mark's show as it is anyway, but when you show up in the comments and you're all doing your thing, and I remember him saying at one point, he was like, oh, these must be your people, because I don't think I have guys that come in like that, which is crazy because it's to do with 30,000 YouTube fucking followers, and this is also funny. I didn't know at first that he had that many. For some reason, like I offered my services. He was like, sure, come on Monday. For some reason, I thought I saw, and he had like 5,000 followers, which is fucking amazing. And you know, that's a lot. I think I got like 350. So, and I was like, oh, you know, this would be great exposure, you know, whatever. Very nice of him to offer. And then, yeah, after I did the appearance, I remember I went to go share it or do something with it, whatever it was. And I wound up on his YouTube page and I was like, wait a minute. Does that say he doesn't have 2,000 followers. He's got more than that. And I was like, oh no, that's 28,000.36. That's not 2,830. That's 28,360. And right. So he's got roughly 28,000 more followers, which so to me, I find it very generous of him to not just have me on one time, have me on again. I was saying it to my wife and she was like, are you good at it? And I was like, I don't know. Some people watch. I think it's okay. There is a, and I found it funny that she even asked because we have we exist in the same space, and that's like we are very much not of the same mindset on quite literally anything. But we do very well with the kids that we have. So, but yeah, I was surprised that she even had anything to say about it. But so just that, and it even though I like I was prepared, I brought the heat. I felt like it was still very nice of him to reach back out and have me back on again so quickly. So I'm very appreciative of that. I know he's not going to see this, but I'm just saying it anyway. So we are talking about the mythology of G.I. Joe. I find that there's a lot of ground to cover in that time frame, right? And let's be honest, like there's every show I like they cancel. Oh, or selection bias, right? So what was the last thing that you liked that they canceled, brother? Like you're talking like a season one and done type thing. So talking about the myth, I know I've said a lot, and it was pointed out to me by one of my lifelong friends that watches the show because he does like G.I. Joe. He doesn't have figures, but he like loved G.I. Joe, and he and I are very, very close. The A-Team. Oh, I might miss it. The A-Team was amazing. A-Team was very good. I can remember as a kid loving that shit. Raised by Wolves, yes. Holy fuck, dude. The Raised by Wolves was amazing. The second season was very good, and at the end, it got really interesting where the other robot. Wait. I'll stop in case somebody wants to watch it. We got robbed. Martian dude, you're so fucking right. We totally got robbed. Anchor Viper, A-Team. Totally thought that was awesome. I switched to BBC. They have and dates. Oh, the Rockford Files. Oh, what the fuck was the Rockford Files? Dude, I know the name and I can like hear it in my head. Shit, son of a bitch. God, I can't think of what that is, but the Rockford Files totally strikes a chord. But yeah, so we will be covering, the Sunbow cartoon. I have a good idea. Like I know Arise, Serpentor Arise is in my experience, that was like the one I saw the most, right? Like I don't remember. I know it was Saturday mornings. That's when G.I. Joe was on. And then there was like another time during the week I thought that I could see it like after school or something. I can't remember exactly. So, I feel I'm going to kind of launch without trying to say anything about what I'm going to do, but it's just, I'm going to have an idea of, what stuck out to me as a kid, and like Arise and Serpentor Arise is one of them where you never watched it, but sorry, you're not talking about Arise, Serpentor Arise. You're talking about something else. James Garner as a PI. James Garner. Nice. Never watched it. Yeah, Jesus. Oh, that's what the Rockford File. James Garner as a private investigator. Yeah, fuck. I'm having a hard time. I'm like kind of drawing a blank. I can't get it. I can't get it. I know I'm close. I know it's like in my head and I'm close, but I can't get it. God damn it. Anyway, But those are all great. Thank you, Anchor Viper. Those you had a few of them right there. I didn't have cable. I was at the mercy of my grandmother recording GI Joe on a sketch as hell VHS setup. Well, dude, that's pretty awesome that she did that. Though, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you got it. That's how you got it, brother. I love that she did that for you. Fucking salute grandma. That's fucking dope. She gets the fucking, if I had an extra thumb, she gets the Gonzo fist. That's fucking dope as hell. Serpentor. Oop, I need to watch. I've not seen it since I've not since it was new. Oh, okay. You still haven't seen it? No shit. That's okay. You go back and check it out, bro. It's fucking crazy. There's so much. I'm not gonna. I have bullet points that I've already thought of, and I don't want to ruin them by saying them. But it's amazing. Big Red Serpentor Arise was a great 5-parter. It's almost a definitive thing for me, right? Like so. I'm trying to think. I know that like when you look at, isn't it like the first 20 episodes of the Sunbow cartoon are that, right? Aren't they broke their miniseries? It's like 5 episodes are about this. Then there's like the Revenge of whatever it is. I think so. Is Arise Serpentor or Arise the first? I meant to look this up and get it figured out. But yeah, so I think it's pretty dope. Rockford Files before your time. You forgot I'm a time traveler. That's right. That's right. Anchor Viper is from the past. If you haven't seen the post, now did that hit Twitter yet, or is that still just on the Patreon, Anchor Viper? Because remember yes, Mask Device, then Revenge of Cobra, and then Arise, Serpentor Arise, right? Serpentor is a bit later, the first 15 though. I thought it was 2 miniseries. Okay, a miniseries started off the season. Right. It was, I think, right, it was the miniseries for season 2. Okay. Oh, Pyramid of Darkness. Okay. Right. Pyramid of Darkness, Mass Device. This I command. You fucking tell him, Chris. What's up, my brother? Very good. So just seeing our boy Chris from Sys 3D Arsenal. He's arrived. I'm going to touch on it a little bit more later. But so is everybody enjoying the Cobra Claw launching facility? I hope so. I have just only on Patreon so far, but thought I'd share among friends. That's very thoughtful, Anchor Viper. So, Chris, I'll get back to that one second. So what Anchor Viper has done is she has taken something that is on the Patreon and kind of shared here, which is very nice of you to do on the show. Just a little tidbit to kind of get you to go over there. If you want the real story on Anchor Viper being a time traveler, how she got here, what's popping with that, you got to go over to the Patreon. There is a free section. You can also pay. If you want, for reference, I pay the 26. I'm confident in what's coming down the pipe that paying for that now helps get us that, then I'm all in for sure. So get that Patreon, go over there, find out what's going on with Anchor Viper, how she got here, what's popping. It's very cool. It's very cool. 100%. Make sure you're over there. I can't stress it enough that you get recruited, get involved, buy in, hail Cobra. So my boy Chris from Sys 3D Arsenal, I had this idea of the Cobra Claw launching facility, right? And while I have an idea for a Cobra Armory down the line where I'm going to have a bunch of stuff, I had this idea of doing this launching facility because when Cobra captures this last chemical that they need for like a mass device run, Destro shows up to the launching facility. He uses the bats and the Techno Vipers, the mechanics of the crew, to transfer that volatile chemical from one amazing Sys 3D Arsenal carrying case into another. And then the Cobra Claw pilots are going to take off and leave. But just as the pilots are leaving, G.I. Joe has found the base and they are raiding the joint, and the Claws have to launch under duress as a firefight ensues. So as you saw, we've got Vipers, troopers, infantrymen, all kind of hanging out. They all are rifle ready. Destro and the commander are going to show up to oversee some of this, but then they're going to escape in haste as they know G.I. Joe is close. And so I might be able to, I have the shots. Yes, that's right. So if you noticed, I have a lot of women in that because I have 4 Cobra Claw pilots who are each individually escorted by a Valkyrie. That is what I call the bad bitch contingent. So they are the craziest of the pilots, and that's why the only people that could be their bodyguard is a Valkyrie, right? The only other fucking crazier nutbag psycho killer is a Valkyrie or the Baroness. So they escorted them. So that's what you saw walking in. In the first shot, you got to see the Vipers and the infantry walking down, watching them walk in, and they're like, "Yo, that's them crazy. That's them crazy psychos. You don't fuck with them." And their mission is that they are the best, but also the craziest pilots. They don't need that stim that one pilot got, the guy from the fucking Astro thing. They don't need that. They're just badass, and so they're going to be tasked with the accuser of the slain. So appropriate. You're fucking right. Damn, that's great information. Good intel, Anchor Viper. Thank you. So the idea is that the Techno Vipers and the Televipers are working together to get the Cobra Claws updated and modified so they fly faster than they ever had, which is obviously dangerous, but it don't matter. So basically, they arrive. You see the mechanics; they're all fucking with it, and then it kind of ends like that with their adjusting it. The very next scene tomorrow is you're going to see Destro arrive. You're going to see the chemical swap with Cobra Commander there. They're getting ready. I have that shot. I think I could put it together in the morning and put it out. I really want to. But then the next after that is we're going to see the claws launching in various elevations, and what you see, and it's going to blow your socks off. If I can pull off what I have in my mind, I think I can. But you won't see those pictures for a couple days because I'm going to have to doctor the video to take some stuff out of for hanging purposes and shit. I know how to do it. I just haven't done it yet. So those will be a couple days later. But I have to get the shots done first thing tomorrow morning because I need to take down the Cobra Claw launching facility. It is right in the middle of the area that I remodeled, and my girls are having friends over tomorrow, and that's the spot where they play. So I need to get that popping. So I started talking about this when I saw my boy Chris had commented, is because all of the cool shit that you see inside the Cobra Claw launching facility came from my brother, sys3darsenal.com. So he now has the website. You can check that out. The locker setup is so fucking awesome. Now, I only showed piece by piece on there because it's, you know what, I'm going to go grab some of it since I'm talking about this. Hold on one second. Let me go get this shit. So if you're making a diode, right, and you want to have any kind of a base or, let me see here. If you want to have any kind of a base or outpost style or any kind of compound, you're going to need this shit, okay? Because, you know, when it comes to what I'm about to show you, even if you find somebody that makes something like this, it ain't this. So, and what I mean by that is these are such, hold on, let me see if I can get this set up without dropping these guns. Because my table's a little unlevel. So I'm trying to put it together. So yeah, here. So I wanted to talk about these like this. Now, this isn't all of them because I don't think I can get it. What do we be able to see all of them real quick? But bang. So this is 3 of them, right? I have another set of lockers, and then there's 2 more that are this has got the cabinet style, and then there's another shit. You know what? Let me just go. Because the bottom line is this shit is so fucking awesome that I just had to go get the rest of it. So give me a second here while I try to create some space where I do not have space to create. Because again, if I could just, so you as you can see these three, I'll just have to kind of pan the camera back and forth as we go. But it's just so fucking, and Chris, I know I've thanked you, but I cannot fucking thank you enough. This shit is fucking awesome. And I feel like, you know, it's when you're trying to make something look authentic and make it look, oh, okay, hold on. I gotta move that. That's gonna be, okay, hold on one sec. All right, I dropped a few things. I'm gonna have to turn this sideways so I can put that together. There we go. All right, so some stuff fell off. It's all this, and again, this is just because I have it all set up. But look at how fucking ridiculous this is. All right. First of all, my man sent me so much shit that I can't even get it into the camera. So if you start over here, this was a cool shot that you saw because there's two different styles of lockers. This is one where, boom, as you can see, we've got the Cobra Claw pilots helmets. So this is a segmented locker, right? Where bing, bang, boom, love it. So you have separate sides, okay? I think that's amazing. Yeah. So Sys 3D, Anchor Viper, Sys 3D Arsenal is right on the. It's right on the website sys3darsenal.com, and you have to go check that stuff out. Well, you know, who knows? Maybe there's a care package of some stuff to go with your classifieds if I can get some intel on what color scheme would go good. So amazing, right? Right here, the lockers, totally awesome. Now, if you come right to this one, you have a cabinet style. I mean, look at it with like a area where you can put stuff, and these prints are so fucking clean, and that's the thing. So if you may find some other little shelf or something like that, it ain't this. No matter what it is, it ain't this. When you see this shit up close, like the detail right here, like there's this little lip around the edge of it, and then just like when you're looking at all these, it is, even with my fucking glasses off, I can see how goddamn fucking crisp this shit is. So I'm gonna put these on real quick. But yeah, and then so you know you can put a bunch of shit in there. I think this looks great. And how awesome does this look, right? So when you get these, it will come with an assortment of pegs and all that. Yeah, I'm sure each one probably would come individually with a set that obviously works well with the type that you have. But having something like this right here is so fucking cool, where you have it, all you have to do is put a figure standing in front of it, looking in the case or something. It's awesome. You can display your weaponry real good. Let me slide down a little bit. We'll go over here now. So I love this one. All right. Now they look a little crooked only because these gridiron guns, they have a weird top. But so with this, if you saw the shot that I had the Retro Viper standing in front of this. So I decided to go with the retro guns, the retro like sister Gridiron made these gray guns as an ode to the Viper Gray. So when the whatchamacallit came out, they had that right on there. So I use this because it also pops against the black background, right? Now a bunch of shit fell off over here, and that's my fault because I didn't put the right peg on there. Oh, are we missing a gun? We are. Here it is. Very good. There, that looks better. So as you see, there's just an assortment of pegs that you can do to hold different things. Now the pegs that are on here are not even, the profile is not even that big, but somehow it's just done right and it holds this whole shit. Like it's really, really awesome. I've got a gun kind of on there. I've got the Televiper hoses, a couple Televiper guns. Now they fell off, but as you can see, hold on, let me take this off, and you get what this is right here is I've set this down on here. Now this has, I gotta just hold on. Let me see if I can get this in without. I'm doing it backwards. These things go in nice and easy, except I'm at a weird ass angle, and I don't think I'm up high enough. And oh, okay. So what that piece, this is one of my favorite little parts is, so when you're doing when you're doing, see, like these two together give you a wide range. You could put long guns or long accessories, so you'd be utilizing two of them together. But one of the coolest things is that, say you bought these two right here and you were like, oh man, I want these two, but I can only get, but I want to get something where I can set up a gun rack like this. So one of these accessories is this little piece right down here is a 3-piece section of the bottom there. And then so you tandem that. Now I don't have them lined up perfectly because that one's over, but so you can tandem it with like one of these pieces and this, and you now have the stand-up gun rack, right? So you could get yourself, you're like, oh, I don't know I can't only get maybe one or two of these, and I kind of want to get this so I could put the long guns, sideways to display them right, but at the same time, I want to stand a few up like that. Fucking boom. That's it. Gentlemen, if I vanish or remain with you in spirit, this has been so fun, and I need to share Sys 3D at our next production meeting. Can't wait to see this shit. Hey, Anchor Viper, absolutely. And listen, I thought I saw you on the timeline today say that you had to get up early. Don't sweat it, homegirl. Super appreciate everything that you do for keeping it fresh and doing an excellent job. You're super supportive out there in the spirit of the community. I appreciate it all. Thank you for swinging by tonight. Thank you for waiting to open your Ghost Viper with me and the rest of us. And that's it. Hail Cobra, homegirl. Love it. So everybody say goodbye to homegirl. And there we go. Bang, bang, boom. All right. So I didn't get that in good enough. That's my fault. Yeah. I was hoping that did. Chaos. There we go. So I knew that was going to happen because I was pushing this in at an angle from the other side. So let me see. All right, we're just going to leave that there. We're going to move along. Trust me, that's my fault. Chris's shit fits and works perfect. But so I like how you can, there's like this little space that you can put all this stuff down there on the bottom. Like, look at how cool that looks. It's so fucking awesome. And these, like, hold on. Because I have big, goofy ass fingers. So look at that. It's big. It's got a little bit of a rectangle. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Hell yeah. How awesome. Good. Good. Very good. Very good. There it is. This looks incredible. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. And it just looks really cool too. Very reminiscent of like a hall tree for your house. But fucking totally awesome. And because I like, so this color scheme, I think it definitely reeks Cobra or Night Force even. I do plan to do a shoot where we've got, so you're planning to see a lot of this shit, y'all. This fucking setup right here is going to get some serious run in the next couple months. And so here's the other locker on the other side. Now, if you remember the one down there, is segmented down there, or has a divider down the middle, so it's two separate sections. But the one that's on the other side, boom, so much space, so much room for activities. You can get so much popping off in there. So this whole set is truly just, it's like 6 uses shrink ray on Harbor Freight. Yeah, right. But just so completely awesome. And if you look, he's got the nice logo down there. Everything is so very nice. Okay. Absolutely love it. I was so incredibly, so I, wanted to feature the stuff that I have from Chris, in this video because, I've always posted stuff, about the stuff that he makes because I think it's fucking air. You can kind of see all of it. Because it's really incredible. From the minute I saw, the very first thing that he did that I saw was the the scrap iron mission crate, where you could take the missiles out, put the missiles in the bottom of the crate, take the Gatling guns out, and put them in the fucking drone, turning it into a dude. I saw that, and my mind exploded in the same way that it exploded when I saw Shockwave card art for the first time. It hit that part of my brain, and I felt the chemical run down the back of my spine, and I was like, oh, I need this. And so I bought it. And because I didn't know he was on Etsy. I saw this on eBay. He was he had like a listing. And then later that day, I don't know why I didn't go look to find if he had more shit. I saw it on eBay, so I assumed maybe this was like the only thing. I didn't know. And then I saw he had a Firefly crate for the OG Firefly, the mainline version. And I was like, oh my God, I fucking need this too. And I reached out and was like, yo, I just ordered that thing. He was like, oh, I think Chris, you had just shipped the other one. And I was like, all right, that's okay. I don't mind, but I definitely want the Firefly. But then I went on a site and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Look at this shit. How awesome is this? So this is what my dude sent me for the Cobra Claw launching facility. And I want to make sure that everybody gets their eyes on it. And again, make sure that you go check out all that he has. Use my promo code Destro Designs, all one word, to get 10% off your purchase. He has so much stuff that is incredible. I'll just kind of real quick. I know everybody here has probably seen it all before, but look, this is a Helix mission crate. Everything has a space. Fucking amazing. I haven't put all the stuff in here, but like this is a Snake Eyes, the number 52 guy. So you got the tray, and you look at this one on the bottom. It's got room for all the swords and the blades. You can put his weapons in here. If you look at the little titties in the corner there, and the notches that are missing, it allows this to slide all the way to the bottom, and then the top of those little titties keep this elevated. So this is the Snake Eyes one. I actually want to put Snake Eyes stuff in. I have all the stuff is over at the launching facility right now, so I have to go get the rest. But here is, bomb style, bing bong boom. I love it. Absolutely. I'll go get one or two more things. All right. Sorry, y'all. I got over there. I got over there and realized there was so much shit that I wanted to show you. So, and this is what I mean when I talk about not being prepared. So let me just shuffle some of this around. But as you can see, this stuff is just incredibly fucking awesome, right? Like it's so well designed, it's so well printed that I just fucking love it all. So there is a variation of different things that you can get for your diorama making needs, and they're all fucking awesome. For a very low cost, you can go from having nothing set up at all to having something very, very dope. I like that Chris offers that, where there is that ability to, just grab like a little something that you can put like so these size style crates, for instance, like you can get one of these and put it in a figure's hand and it looks just absolutely beyond fucking incredible, right? So some of the latest designs that we saw that arrived, if you didn't see that episode where I opened the box of this stuff, you're missing out. Hold on, let me get it back. I'll hold this stuff up to the camera. So when I said to my brother, I had ordered some stuff for our boy Conrad, like some of these Joe little things here. I think I got him a barrel and a mission crate for him to put stuff in. But stuff like this, that size so fucking perfectly, like holy shit. Yes, just another jerk. You absolutely gotta order. This shit is dope. Yep, Agent Helix, you saw that. Good Helix. I'm stoked. I thought I had missed out on getting the snake armor, but managed to grab a couple on Pulse when they were back in stock the other day. Yes, oh, that's good. Wait, the other day? There was more? Oh, there was more. I missed it. Wait, hold on. Martian dude, there was more the other day on Pulse? How the fuck? But I mean, I'm happy you got them. But damn, I would have grabbed more. I got to head off to bed, but it was great seeing the stream and hanging with you all and enjoy the diorama stuff. It all looks so cool. Big A Dave, thank you so much for coming through. I just threw it out there today, hoping you would stop by. I'm so glad you came to join us for a little while. We're here every Saturday night, brother. You're more than welcome. Please come back and hang out with us. Between now and then, we'll see you in them Twitter streets, brother. Have a good night. So there's variation sizes of shit, right? Like different crates. You could get this, a lot of space in there. You can put anything in there. And then there's individual size crit things of this size, like this and this. Now, what I'm showing you now, just real quick, if you missed it 2 weeks ago, I opened this stuff. I didn't know this was coming. So I ordered some stuff for Conrad, and Chris is very generous. He'll always throw in a little extra something for sure when you place an order, which is very, very nice. To me, thought matters with me. So even if it doesn't matter what the value is, it's here. This is something extra that I like you to have. Always makes me happy. But that last order, he sent quite a bit of stuff that I did not know was coming, and it blew my fucking mind, right? Actually, the most important one I didn't grab. I have to go get that. So I go. So the mission crates are what I would recommend. So I know, the world is crazy right now and money is crazy, but you can get things like these mission crates for a very reasonable price. They look absolutely incredible. Lots of space. I love that Destro design. Oh, Chris pointed out last week too that if you look right here, because I had commented, I was like, I love that you didn't try to squeeze like the knife and all that other shit in there. And he commented that, like, if you look at that, that is like the hilt of the Destro knife right there. Money. So they have all these different style ones. He actually dropped these, which has his symbol on it. Bro, I love the colors. The blue with this color green, like the lime with that navy blue, fucking absolute money. Really, really cool. I love it. More mission crate style stuff for diorama purposes. Number one, I'm going to show you that one second. Number one, bang. Motherfucking gold. How you pay Zartan and the crew? Bars of gold. You have a fucking, the Hiss crew is upset that they're not getting their due. You give them that little extra bonus. You bring them gold to make that work. Big Redhead, thank you for coming through, brother. I appreciate it. And thank you, Big Red, for your very thoughtful support on the timeline. I always want to point out, like, I love anybody, even if they just say, hey, that's great. I really appreciate when you comment. It lets me know that you are, in fact, really putting the effort into, like, see all the details in the pictures and all that kind of stuff. I really, really, really appreciate that. So, yeah, have a good night, brother. We'll see you in them Twitter streets. You know it, my man. And also, everybody here is almost certainly following Big Red. I'm sure that's true. I think we're probably just back down to like close to us at this point. But yeah, Big Red has been doing a lot with his content, really, really fucking crushing it, and it makes me really stoked. I love telling people that. So the gold, and then when it comes to chemicals, he's got this shit on fire, right? So first of all, you have this amazing case, got the handles, bang. How else you displaying your mass device? Because if it ain't this, it ain't right. This is the shit. Yep. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I see Conrad. Conrad, what's up, brother? That's okay. That's all right. We got a little bit of time left. We're glad you made it. I was just that we're actually going through the SIS 3D Arsenal stuff. I know you love your shit that you got. It's very, very nice. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Posing master, great photographer extraordinary. He's in the house. So this is amazing. I love this. This is one of my favorite things he's ever made. It's really, really cool. I like that the lid, because if it was the other way around, you wouldn't be able to see these. They'd be inside this part. So he has the bigger part of that, and that's, I fucking love it. Now, chemicals from the mass device that's there, that's not a safe way. You when you collect it, you found your shit, you brought it, and then boom, this gets you somewhere. But then if you want to break down your mass device chemicals, you know, you can do any kind of chemical and stuff like this, right? So this fucking thing, this is amazing. This can also be bought in varying colors. But the one cool thing that, you know, it's hard to see just by showing it, bing, bang, boom. Look at that. You got the little heat. There's like a spiral in the middle, like a helix. Fucking amazing. And this one right here. So obviously, spoiler alert, you're going to see this in a pic probably tomorrow morning. So when you take the lid off this one, also love how he's got squeezed that logo in there like that. I think that looks great. Fuck yeah. So what's in here is the Mass Device colors, right? There's two red. Hold on, let me get the. There's two red, two of the blue. Look at that electric blue, boogie woogie. I love it. An electric blue, a hard water, and then bang. All these also have that spiral in there. I think that does it. Very, very cool. And he's got like, see that little detail on this side, little detail on that side? Wow. So fucking good. So fucking good, bro. So very innovative, amazing execution. Oh, and like, so the mission crates, again, like the Hiss guys even have their own mission crate. Here's the, oop, those fuckers came out. And like, yeah. So this one right here is the infantry guy. And what he did is he slid in a couple mines. So you got a couple extra mines in there. That's fucking incredible. That didn't come with the figure, but they came in. Oh, so I knocked these out of place. Let me get them back in right quick. Boom. Fuck yeah. So the bottom tray is there. Here's this. Put it together. I love the spot for the helmet. I think that's really dope. Hell yeah. Can't fucking beat it with a stick. Really, really dope. And this, as seen in the Coca-Cola launching facility as well. Incredible. He's got a bunch of different designs and styles for all this that you can get. So, oh, and then like, hold on, before that knocks everything over. So again, super affordable stuff like this. Can't fucking beat it, right? That table is amazing. Oh, I didn't show that long enough. Amazing. Very affordable. Jerry cans, very affordable. Let me put this down over here. And then, oh, these incredible Mass Device carrying cases. That's just, they're that. Now, when I play with my toys, obviously, this is the shit. This is the shit. So my brother Chris got it popping. You have to, at the very least, go check out what he's got popping. I think everybody here has probably either bought something or gotten it by now. But you know, I actually have been considering doing all of these earlier in the show. I think I mentioned this like a week ago, but I you know, because right now it's kind of the same people that are always here, which I love. But in terms of trying to get eyes on, say, you know, your stuff or Matt's stuff, I should probably do it earlier in the show. So sys3darsenal.com, sys3darsenal.com. Use Destro Designs to get your 10% off. Chris, brother, thank you so much for, I love working with you and your stuff. It's fantastic. It's incredibly awesome. That locker system with the armory part is fucking amazing. Expect to see that in a lot, right? My only problem will be, like, say I want to do a small dial shot. I'll be like, how am I going to get all these in there? I got to fucking, I'm going to try to find a way to do it in a corner, like where I go and I have the two lockers like this, right? And then that way they can go into the corner, look like this, and then have, you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 2 pieces on each side. Money. That's going to look great. I have, and what I got to get into too, Chris, is your walls and floors. Every time I go and I look on the site, I check them out. They look fucking incredible. I want to see if the STLs will size for my printer, because if they will, that fucking thing will run until it dies, printing dial walls and floors without question, because that shit looks amazing. I almost feel it's like when I've done some printing of Chris's STLs. The STL file is a plug and play. I don't know if there's a way you can judge it. I just know that if I can do it, it's got to be right. I've got custom Alley Viper ones. So what I did is I printed some of Chris's stuff in this gray, this basic gray, and then I painted it. I've used a fucking a primer, and then it's a for plastics, the Rust-Oleum primer, and then I just hit it with colors, and it works really well. In the Cobra Claw laundry facility, you see in one on the second floor, I have a bunch of rifles in the navy blue and the red. Amazing. The same thing with the OG Alley Viper colors. I can't wait to do that set where you can see the Alley Vipers loading up. Amazing. So if I can get that locker system, well, no, I'm sorry, the locker system I know doesn't fit on mine because I was going to do it, but the walls and floors, if I can get those pieces to print out on my printer, I'll do the design where I can get a bunch of them to fit on one set, and then boom. So I love it. Now I'm going to jump. So Chris, thank you again. I'm going to kind of hop in. This is what, as far as I know, I think so many people from our community have this, and I love it because it's perfect. This is the first thing that I saw from Matt was this color and everything, and I went, "What the fuck is that?" And it was $80, and I went, "No, that can't be right." I was like, "Wait, that's not enough money. Like that's $80." And I was like, "I want that. I fucking want that." And I just went and I flipped through all this stuff. So over the course of like 2 days, I talked myself into it. I was like, "I absolutely want that." And I reached out to Matt and I said, "Hey man, I think that like I just found your stuff. People should be like, this should be everywhere. Like your shit needs to be seen." I was like, "Why don't we get something going?" And I was like, "I know I want this. I know I want the bar in Cobra colors." We talked about the colors. And I was like, "Listen, man, I'm going to be telling people because your shit is fucking, this is incredible." And he was like, "Hell yeah." Same, very similar situation where my dudes took a leap of faith in what I wanted to do for their products. And in terms of, giving it its due visually and letting everybody know. Because a large part of when I tell you guys that, like, hey, you should buy this, it's because I've spent my money on it. That's super important. But this right here is arguably the most bang for your buck on the market, like without question. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. This right here is crazy. Turn it around. Yeah, it's the backpack holders, which I think is such a cool idea. You've got the ammo can, which comes off. You've got the belt that comes off. You've got the 50 cal that comes off. Now this is also gridiron compatible. I will show you real quick because I actually have this prepared this time. So I'm just gonna take this off real quick. Put this bitch on. There you go. So gridiron compatible. Oh, let me get my hand on here. How awesome does that look? Now I think that 50 cal is really where it's at. That's why I leave that on there because I actually love the gun that Matt made. But that also looks pretty fucking dope. So the detail all around the edges, this stuff. Look at it. Just you look at it and you're like, oh, that looks like a fortified, like little compound that you'd be safe to stand behind. Bullets aren't going to go through that. You're literally getting covered. Now, also the roof. Wow, what? Sandbags all around the edge. Snipers up top. You put the infantryman with his rifle. You put maybe even because I have a bunch of extra rocket launchers. I think I had a sniper, and then I had Duke up here with a rocket launcher, binoculars, and Roadblock down here with the 50 cal. So this is an incredible piece. There's so much detail. Like what I love about Matt's stuff is he makes bigger things, but they're not big just to be big. They're highly detailed. Like so, I'm gonna jump right from this. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to rock the baby. Time to rock the baby. Here we go. Hold up. There we go. There she is. Come here, girl. All right. Yeah. Just like. There it is. You know what it is. It's the Atlas, the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen. 100%. So much detail that went into this. So much thought that I've had it for months, 2 months now, right, Chris or Matt? I'm pretty sure I've had it for 2 months. And there's so much detail. The inside of this fucking thing. I keep forgetting that I want to do a full video on this. That I need to sit down and set up the camera with an overview shot that will allow everybody to see everything. Look at that fucking detail. I'm a bozo. Look at that detail. Try to put it. I hope you can see in there. How crazy is that? Right? That's that shit. That's that shit. So there is a ton of stuff that is in here detail wise. And it's kind of hard to explain. Because you don't see it. Oop, that spider is alive. I thought that boy was dead. Sorry, bro. You gotta, yep. Okay. See him? He's trying to escape. I'm gonna let him go. I'm a live and let live kind of guy. I don't kill an insects. Well, some of them, like if it's got 100 legs and it's fucking squirming at you, those good stuff. So if you look here, this also has the backpack stuff, or the backpack racks, which is amazing. Look at the detail on the lights. This is perfect. Matt is currently working on something where when you take this off the Atlas, there will be some kind of something where you can put this down for an elevated kind of like shelter, right? So he's also, which is very cool, thinking in mind, spacing wise, to be able to kind of make sure you can fit some Sys 3D Arsenal stuff in there really good, which I think is fucking awesome because you guys make the best shit. So it's the coolest shit, like for sure. So there's from front to back, it's just detail galore, right? There's so many things, like I always talk about with design, it's about choices, right? You've got to decide, one way about this, you've got to decide one way about that. There's just so many different things. And I think I just broke that gun when I dropped the thing. That end of that snapped off. Yeah, I did that. Fuck. So yeah, there's so many different choices that come with this, and the choices that my brother made are just incredible. So the rear is I always have a hard time nailing down my favorite part, but this is the shit. The door that opens, the detail in the door, the seats that fold up and down. You can't, I don't know if you can see, but there are 4 tie down points, so I could, find a way to make something that looks like a rope or something and have it work. Let me see, where are we at in these comments? Oh, I'm way down there. It's replaceable. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened that day when I turned it over and there was something back here that fell off right? That did get break, right? Yeah, that sucks. Fucking A. Total idiot. So if you look, one of the things that I did, again, there's so many details that I'm still noticing shit that's brand new. Like this little light up here, I didn't notice that forever. So what it is one of those he's got like the wire going up to it. He's got the mounting box, and then he has like that cage that goes over the front, right? Boom. Fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. The guns in the back, look at the detail on that M249. It's beefy. It's got a nice got that EOTech. It's got that belt-fed can. It's got that perfect. Now, what I love about the guns that Matt makes for his things is that they come off completely. So look at that. That alone, you've got yourself, what is that? What is that, like a $15 gun? So that, here you go. You get 2 of those in the back. This space also Gridiron compatible, meaning I can take this off, and it's not exactly a color match, but this is this, right? Bing, bang, boom. Here we go. That's that. Love it. Love it. There is an adapter that goes on here that allows this to sit up a little higher and looks perfect. Okay. Yeah, I know. Gravity. What a bitch. I'm really trying to figure out how the hell that happened though. Like I'm seriously almost considering, because the top came off. Oh, right. Okay. It fell on the ground and that. Okay. I guess because I've dropped, you don't know the story. I've dropped Matt's shit down the stairs before and it didn't break. So I'm wondering how the fuck I know that gun is fucking super strong. Something must have happened. I don't know what's going. the way that the back comes down is incredible. So there is something coming that's going to allow it to kind of help hold it up. I can't wait to get that. I don't want to talk too much about it until it comes. That'd be great. But this whole thing right here sits just right. I love this detail that comes on here, you know, where it kind of looks like the tracks of something that would come up would be like, you know, using it for grip. Fucking turbo. The seats go up, which allow for a bigger vehicle or something like that. Really, 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 really cool. Up top, you know, I kind of showed you guys the inside, how it opens up. Like even the detail on the inside, the door is amazing. This cannon, I think, is fucking really cool. Like, look at the beefiness, the optics. Yep, you got your optics. You've got your canister for your absolutely huge, incredibly large fucking fuck you shells. Also, there's an adapter here that will allow you to put gridiron stuff or the twin Vulcan cannon setup from the bar, which is amazing. And the inside of that thing, I haven't been able to show a good detailed shot and bring it up for you guys to see it. So I'm gonna have to. I got to do that fucking video for that. There's like 3 or 4 short videos that I've been wanting to make for a while, and I just haven't stopped. I got to make the time to do it. But the inside of this is amazing. There's choice after choice after choice. These seats are ridiculous. He's got the gunner reclined, so the gunner now can look at more screens to make sure she's shooting at the right thing, he or she. And then you have the driver, which sits up like a normal driver. Behind each one of these guns right here, I don't know if you can see where my finger is, right here, the same spot on the other side, it's a fucking gun rack. How fucking awesome is that? Totally ridiculous. So again, another amazing design. So the steering wheel comes all the way out, so you can get the figure how you want it in there, and looks just amazing, right? So sneaks in the back of the class eating snacks. What's up, Jay? What's up, brother? So yeah, bing, bang, boom. That goes in just like so. But what's cool is that it's adjustable. You see how I can bring that in and out? So if your figure's got long arms, if you got short arms, you can adjust that shit to make it look right. So the inside of the doors, the inside of the cabs, it comes with a template, right? So there's gunner screens and there's driver screens. It comes with a template and it's marked so you know which one's which. You can print something out like on a sticker and cut it to the perfect size of whatever you want to see in your screens. I think that's a fucking genius idea. You absolutely cannot beat it with a stick. This is the coolest thing that I like. Y'all know I'm Hiss obsessed, but yeah, so once the Cobra Cola launching facility is done and I've moved that down and I have some space, we are circling back to the Atlas. We are coming here to get more into the details, right? I did the launch and then I had some other stuff that I wanted to do and I've just been super busy. But y'all, we are coming back to the Atlas. There's shots going from the outside going in that I want to do that I've refined with different lights that I know I can light it up now to see inside better. Going to be amazing. The shot, like if you were to look in here and see right inside to that back door, seeing somebody come out, fucking, and listen. There's not really anything else out there that you're going to get like this for the money. I'm sorry. There isn't anything out there that you're going to get. Now, big pieces like this are obviously an investment that you're spending money on. And what I like, one of the many things that I like best about Matt and his stuff is that he has said this to me and it sticks with me very much. He said that he knows he needs to earn the space on that shelf, meaning space is an issue for a lot of people. And that you, once you reach a point that space is at such a premium, it's got to be something that you want so bad that you're willing to take up shelf space for all this. And so he designed this in mind to be that thing when you look at it, you go, man, that's fucking awesome. And I think he nailed it. I constantly, like, I can't remember just saying anything other than, dude, this is your magnum opus. This is the coolest fucking thing I've seen. You fucking nailed it. And yeah, he did. It's incredible. The design, I mean, choice after choice after choice, jerry cans. There's one on each side. It's got this cool ass handle, but that extra, that, you know, you see how they got that right there. So it's just shit like that he did that just makes it all so fucking awesome. So I love this thing. Like I said, the launching facility is going to wrap up. Those pictures will be done. The story will be complete. Bad bitch contingent will be flying through the sky at the end. I'll do my best mate Mylar impression. We're done deal with that. That's going to be dope to finish off with. And then we're coming back. We're going to do some Atlas. And then I have something very, very cool. So the fix for the Awe Striker from Matt should be here very soon. And then what I'm going to do is you're going to see a video for me doing that. And then once my Awe Striker is together, I'm going to open up my vamp for my boy Charles. And then I have 2 General Hawk missile systems. The vamp and the Awe Striker are each going to have that towed behind. And then I have the Outpost, which is also the Joe Green, and then the Merc. So I did a shot with the Outpost and the Merc before. It's going to be something that's in a similar style, like a jungle-ish sort of thing. But then we're gonna have those vehicles, which the vamp. Oh, I can't wait to open that. So the vamp and the Awe Striker with the missile systems, they're gonna set up base. Shit is gonna be fire. Like it's really gonna be dope. Like I'm happy about that. So, yeah, I've just been so busy that I've been nowhere near getting as much time as I wanted to have for these shoots. But you know, that's life. Shit just kind of, you know, when you get busy, you get busy and you do what you can do. So we just hit the 3, well, not just hit, but we went past the 3-hour mark. And I gotta be honest with y'all, I've got to get up early. I've got some shit to do. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do a podcast less than 3 hours, right? I mean, I talked about, so there's some people that I've talked to about coming on, and I've extended the offer like, oh, hey, if you don't want to join the Saturday night marathon, you don't have to do that. We can chop it up during the week on a nice, you know, I don't think I could do a half hour. I don't know if I would feel incomplete, like I didn't say as much as I would want to say. So, but if somebody was like, oh no, you know, I could, you know, let's just come up with some questions and we'll just knock something like a little interview out real quick, I could probably do that. But if it's just me, you know, it's going to be a while, right? So, what there also happened is we got visuals for, where did I just put over? We got visuals for the retro cards of the female Crimson Guard, Crazy Legs, and Rafael Zap Menendez. What do y'all think about that? I love them, right? I saw some people were critical of Zap, and I heard, I was feeling what they were saying. Like, I look at it and like, oh, yeah, that's awesome, because that's how I am with the figures. I don't really just get right in and knocking them, you know. So I thought they all looked great. There was a few things. Our boy Michael Munn pointed out that the Retro Viper's hand on the rifle was a little AI-ish. I had to agree. So it's a bummer. But the figure itself looked great. The whole thing looked great. Kind of, when I saw it, though, I was kind of like, I kind of wanted it to be the main line, right? So the color is a little different than the mainline Crimson Guard. It looks more like the retro Crimson Guard. But I think everybody Army builds the regular one, right? Isn't that what it is? Don't we use the not the retro, but the classified for our Crimson Guards? Those are the ones we use. And so it now we're gonna have the Crimson Guard in the off color, the female and the off color next to the thing. And I'm sure that won't matter once you get it all there. But I don't know. That was the first thought I had. I'm happy we're getting it. I think we need, as our boy CG Horror has posted a bunch of pictures of what all like the fan art where it's every kind of like a Viper in a female and everything. It's really, really dope. I only have Crimson, Strike Force, and Bat. Though Crimson, Strike Force, and Bat. What? Oh, the Crimson Strike Force. Oh, you mean for the Crimson team? So just another joke. You have it's the wrong red. Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it just looks weird. So, but I'm happy that we're getting the female for sure. I think that's awesome. It'll work, right? I'll make it work. I'll have it come in, and I'll wind up not even noticing it after a while. So Crazy Legs, we're gonna get that retro version. So obviously Crazy Legs is available in the Night Force, which I'm gonna have to suck it up and get a Dragonfly. The figures all look amazing, but I don't know. The Dragonfly, when I see it, people got it and they got the missiles launching and shit. I think it's dope, right? I do think it's cool. But like, man, those fuckers are big and it doesn't look like it's flying. Can I suspend it? Will the wires be in the way of the rotor? There's a lot of questions. But yo, that Crazy Legs, who is it? It's Crazy Legs, fucking Glenda, and Crazy Legs, and who's the other fucking guy that's with the Night Force? Help me out, yo. Who is it? It's Crazy Legs, somebody else. The two dudes that are the extra tiers. Ripcord, yes. Thank you. Chuggers. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Oh, hey, before I forget, does anybody happen to have an extra Night Force quick kick set? Our boy Chuckin' and Truckin' had his canceled from fucking Walmart, and even though I'm on the hunt for a solution with something, I'm just trying to explore other avenues. So if somebody's got one, then boom. I got mine on eBay because I'm a sucker. Dude, listen, I know how that feels. So you got the Dragonfly on eBay. I mean, it's probably the place that had the best cost. I found a guy locally that had a Rattler all tiers for $300. I reached out to him. He said it was available, and I was like, all right. And I really didn't have 300. I was at a point where I was like, man, I could go get this, but what am I doing? That's too much. So I decided, I was like, hey man, if you still got it, maybe at the end of the month or in the beginning of next month, I'll reach out. If it's around, I'll probably have to buy it because, dude, those things are selling for $5+. So even if I got it and try to sell it, like, it would probably be a smart move. I'd have to drive. It's like 45 minutes away, blah, blah, blah. So no biggie. But I don't know. I haven't decided on that. We'll see what happens. But the Crazy Legs looks good. I think it looks good. It's very much looks like the OG version. Sorry, I'm just picking up a few of these things, so I don't like leaving shit on the floor overnight in case for some reason there's a fucking flood. Oh man, no, somebody lost the pistol. That's a bummer. I think it's one of the alley vipers. I knocked a bunch of shit over there too, so there's just shit all over the floor. I like that they kind of did it very, very much like the original figure. I think a lot of the allure is about that. And I think it looked okay. So people were shitting on Zap, and I kind of don't blame them. And the points that they were saying, they were like, it looks just like the new Grunt body. It is. It's maybe a slightly different shade. The webbing is the same. His fucking rocket launcher is, I don't know. It's not bad, but it ain't good. The way that they had the missiles in the backpack, it looks reminiscent of Major Blood and how they fell out all the time on the original one. And, I get excited because it's new and we wanted it and now it's here. But at the same time, you look at it and you go, yeah, but those people who were talking about it not being that awesome are also right? Like, I can be excited that it's there and that, we're getting, we can actually say, oh, all right, well, here's Zap, we got it. But it's, at what cost did you rush this out to us, so to speak? So I don't know. What I was super interested in for sure was the name onlys. So Taurus and Red Dog, I don't know. I can do without. Mercer, all of them guys. They're fine, but I'm passing on those. Zanya, Zartan's daughter, pretty stoked about that. Any kind of, like I said, any of the females that we can get in there, let's go. I think that's dope. Hydro Viper, they got to do that mask right? They got to make the choices. They got to make them right choices on that, like, no question. I'll probably wind up talking about these next week because we're at the end and I'm just kind of blowing through a little bit. But the one thing that I heard Chuckin' and Truckin' talked about in the beginning was Ninja Vor Zartan. What's up with that? I'm sure Classified's going to find a way to make it look like a cool figure, but I can't do that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's it's offensive to Zartan, and I don't know. He looks ridiculous. Like, and I know when you say, well, you can point out to immediately 50 other things in GI Joe that are also technically ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's just like the orange like triangles that are over his eyes for the like they instead of the shit that's normally on his eyes, it's like way bigger and orange, and like his hair, he's got the mohawk. I'm done. I can't. I'm out. I'm out. I when I look back at I think of the card art, and so I'm most likely passing on Ninja Force Zartan. With that being said, though, I do think that what you call it, I do think that if that there are other Ninja Force characters that maybe could be done right if done right. I feel like there's a world where it was the '90s. Did he have a soul patch? It's the only thing he was missing, bro. Was the soul patch. He was like, it was like if Fred Durst got all cracked out, he would be Ninja Force Zartan. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That was like the latest news with some of the releases. I really hope they do Hydro Viper good, shit like that. But yeah, it was the '90s. It was so bad, killing me. But I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it. Believe it or not, usually at the end of the show, I'm still like ready to rip and roar. I'm fucking beat. I worked my ass off this week. I worked my ass off today. I can feel my voice. I'm surprised I haven't full blown lost my voice. But tomorrow I'll have to take some time to rest it to make sure that it's ready on Monday. So anybody that's here, if you have anything that sticks out to you with the Sumbo cartoon or something that's hilarious from the DIC side, DM me. So I'm trying to compile as much information as I can to have as many like liner notes on the show. My witchy coworkers would suggest local fucking I gotta figure out how to get that thing out of the way because that's really insane. So I want to just have as much knowledge and shit written down on paper for the show on Monday. That way, thank you, Matt. Christ almighty. There's just local honey. Oh, yes. So I in fact do have something like so. This right here's got a little in it, but I was worried because I was really hungry and blah 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 blah. I just saw Zaymont land on Lady J. Then Conrad posted it. Oh, so yeah, I've got that appearance on Monday. Anybody that can make it, thank you. It made me so proud the last time. Elderberry, that too. Thank you. Anybody that came through last time, I super appreciate it. I would obviously appreciate it if you did it again this time. As always, I love all you motherfuckers. I love what we have going on. I love what we do. It's because everybody does it and its success is what helps drive me to keep going, do more, try to find Paul Morales. Have a good night, brother. We are all out of here in a second anyway. We're walking out right behind you. I'm driven to what I do. Oh, the Christmas caring is coming. We are there's a couple things I just wanted to have some kind of like a logo, and I just want to have all my ducks in a row, right? And I haven't had as much time as I wanted to, but I can tell you this: I did want to have something up and ready in terms of like, here's where you can send the money, here's a little logo, like something like that by Halloween, and that's next week. So over the course of this week, expect there to be like a drop. I've talked about it before. I'm just going to be asking anybody that can give whatever you can give to a holiday drive. Depending on how much we have, I'll be selecting an amount of families, right? Like I'd like to give one family $500. If we can do that as a community, I think that would be really amazing. If we can give two families $500 a piece, that would also be really amazing. Or if we could do 5 families at $500 a piece. So that's roughly what I was thinking was that, $500 I mean, things are a little expensive. Maybe we're going to dial it up to 6, but we want to make sure that we can give each family enough to buy presents to go under the tree and have a fucking good meal for, you know, for Thanksgiving Eve, have a nice dinner, and then maybe have some stuff to make a nice breakfast for Christmas morning. And if we did something like that for just, even if we do it for one family, I think that would really be great. Part of what I've been trying to do too is finding a way to word, I mean, I know what I'm going to say. I just, sometimes I want to just think on it and make sure that it is exact, because, the idea behind this is going to be, so I already have an idea. I have spoke to one person that, originally was like, oh no, I can't take that money. And I was like, well, dude, you fit the criteria for something like this. And in the end of the conversation, he was like, and I was like, yo, do it for your kids. You might, like, you've already told me that you need it, right? Isn't that the embarrassing part? The embarrassing part is not getting the money. It's the, but again, I don't receive well, so I would have a hard time, whatever. But I've got it in his head that it's for the kids, make the kids happy. And so, if we can scoop 500 to somebody, or 500 to 2 families, 500 to 3 families, whatever it is, I would really love it. So I'll be on top of that this week. It'll be good. I think I'm there were some things that I thought were coming up this week that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't write them down, and there's no fucking way I'm going to remember them now. So I think that's it. I appreciate everybody for coming, especially you all that are still here. So it's a long, winding road a lot of times. And like today, I just made up a lot of what we were doing. So I feel a responsibility to be better with more direct things that we're engaging in, like the Dire Viper Open or the Ghost Viper Open was, whatever. Obviously, when I'm talking about my boys and the products, that's very easy, whatever. But it, like the Alley Viper, contest, that was, just made up in the moment, and stuff like that. So I want to, be a little bit more like pre-made content. That way it's just something that's a little more interesting. Also, I want to try to work in something where I know I did the homework, but then I missed it like 2 weeks in a row where I didn't even talk about it. And so I was like, I can't be asking people to do shit and then not talk about it. So, but it's all coming together. It'll all, I will, once I get through the remodeling of my house, which hopefully will coincide with the end of Christmas and the end of the year, it's going to be great. I'll have a lot more time to do some of this stuff, and so expect great things in that regard. So thank you all very much. I will see you all in the Twitter streets over the course of this week. Again, smile at a stranger, do something for somebody. We change the world by being nicer to people than they expect you to be, and it sets an example, and then changes that person's day. Then they can go about and change other people's days by being nice to them, and they can do it too. So it's all the whole thing. Just another jerk. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I try to bring it every week, but like I said, I do have it in mind that I will be stepping up my game for sure. So thank you all for continuing to show up every week. It's what keeps me coming back, obviously. And expect the show we're going in new heights. The rocket ship continues to go up north, and that's it. So very good. Thank you all so much. I will see you on them Twitter streets tomorrow morning. Have a good night.